edge of the town of Fraz. And previously, on the corruption of Silone, the Suitable Six headed upstream towards Fraz after spending the evening and some part of the morning identifying their magical items given to them from the Swamp Sisters, as we've lovingly grown to call them, or I've grown to call them. And during this journey upstream, they encountered a young brass dragon by the name of Venathia, who was wounded by the renegade hand, who asked the Suitable Six to help heal him a little bit, and further to that, to assist him in his little predicament of being evicted from his cave. The Suitable Six tentatively agreed, knowing that they had other plans to take care of before they could take on more. But in their interaction with Venathia, they learned a little bit more, or at least Tedric, learned a little bit more about how to perhaps go about dealing with the Emira situation. After their interaction and saying goodbye, we'll come back, the Suitable Six headed further north and found themselves on the edge of town at a little after dusk. And with that, we'll begin episode 18. On the edge of Frazd, it is dark once again within the town. It is still, at least from this distance. There is no movement on the roads. There are only one or two houses in what you see from this distance that have somewhat of a light in the windows, albeit a very small light, perhaps just a single candle. The air is sweet and clear, as after a rain would be. You don't smell anything rotting or decaying, but there is a strange scent, kind of like a bitter floral smell on the wind, as the wind comes from the east to the west, from over the mountains. The air is cold, and you shiver as you enter what seems to be somewhat of a ghost town. What would you like to do?
I don't.
Where'd everyone go?
If I could make a point, we did agree that we need to head to the cave, correct? We all agreed on that.
Yes.
Do you
Although
guys
wouldn't-
want?
We should
I don't.
probably check your house first.
I would.
Yeah.
I was hoping that
I
wouldn't be too
agree.
much of a problem.
No,
All right,
of
thank you.
course. We should check them first.
Thank you. Let's go.
Also, I can see now.
Oh shit! Well,
Well, that's impressive.
Wait, you've been blind? You couldn't see before?
No.
He
I didn't
had
get
a
to see the cool
blindfold
dragon.
over his eyes. Where have you been, Tedric?
Oh, I was just being a dick.
I would hope
Urge to
you,
punch rises.
Do you feel more perceptive?
I can see you without seeing. I don't know how to explain it,
I thought you could already.
but
Never
it
mind.
feels cool.
All right.
Grant me sight beyond sight.
I'm gonna walk
No,
to my
I
house.
don't think it's be power beyond power.
I'm gonna walk to my house, but when I'm walking, as I'm walking back, like, is there any activity out here, like people wise?
Yeah, so as you were walking into town, you head towards the center square, and there is activity and light coming from the King and Vine, the tavern. It is alive with activity for a change. There is a cart standing outside the front, and from within you hear some music playing. You hear plenty of people within there. It doesn't sound like they're having like a town meeting or anything like that. It's just for whatever reason, it is somewhat filled with people. But
I don't.
That's what you hear from the outside.
I want to look to Tedric specifically. What are the odds that that has to do with anything we've done in the past, like, I don't know, week?
Could be.
Because we came here and it was shit. And I don't remember the bar being, I don't know, alive at night. Granted, we don't know what's in there, but I don't remember there much. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
I mean,
Like, that
it
seems
could
weird.
be. Could be that we have had some impact. I mean, I don't. It feels like it hasn't been long enough for any kind of paradigm shift. It could be that people knew that the Renegade Hand was due for a visit, so they were much more glum, anticipating that, and now there's some
How are they-
downtime.
That's fair.
They could be on a schedule, you know. I mean, they
Sure,
come around
sure.
every month or so, and it's like, they hadn't been here yet, so they got to be here soon, kind of thing.
Sure.
I mean, that's
Maybe they know what's
plausible.
his face is now gone.
You want to go look, or should we just go straight back to my house?
Why
I-
don't we?
I wanna go check on Amira. I don't mind going, but if someone wants to come with me or someone wants to go check out the bar, because I really don't like the idea of.
I'll head
getting
with you,
her to-
Nazi, and then
I'll go
after
with
we
you.
check up on your sister, we can see what's
Yeah,
going on
we
with the bar and catch
we
up with
should
everyone
all
else.
Yeah,
Sister, right away. That's the most important thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Agreed.
it is, but I didn't know if everyone else was gonna get like super curious seeing the bar like that.
yeah. I mean, if we absolutely want to know, then we can send one or two of us there. But I mean, I think
Thank
the
you.
pressing matter is the bar will be there in an hour or so. You know.
Thank you.
You don't know that.
Wimple,
Your
would you
weird
like to go
water
inspect
can
the
wait,
bar?
Wimple. You're right.
All right, thank you guys. Let's continue. To
Okay.
the Brader household.
Da, 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 da.
Okay. I will do something.
Roll initiative.
That'd be pretty awkward.
Yeah.
I got the maps thing. Which one's a certain? I guess it's this house on here.
Yeah, that's right.
Which one's the tiefling's house?
I know.
Yeah, I see a tiefling there, so I'm assuming
Let's
this.
play Spot the Redskins. Let's
Wait a minute.
Let's play the game.
We can't say
Play the
that.
game. I've heard it
can.
all game. I've heard it my whole life. It's all good. I
Redskin,
was
that's
bullied
his
as a
word.
kid. Let's just go.
Where is my token? Someone place.
You're under Yanros.
Oh, you have two now.
Oh, it's not. I need to refresh.
Oh
Hold on.
God, Docker's shield has been upgraded.
Mirror
It's now
images
double your
always
shield.
on.
Oh fuck.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them.
How do we? Dude,
Yeah.
quick draw just learned Shadow Clone Jutsu. All right.
Hey, I fucking wish. That'd be
All right,
hilarious.
so I don't
Shadow
even
monk
I don't knock. This is my house. I just walk in.
Okay, so you see your father in the forge at the back of the house, just knocking on some metal. The house is dark except for the illumination coming from the forge, which bathes the interior of your house in an orange amber light. You see the figure of your father with his blacksmithing hammer in his hand, and just repetitive clanging of steel on iron.
I don't speak to him. I walk towards the Myra's room.
He turns around as you enter, as he notices you enter, and he just stops hitting and just like watches you. Nazi? Nazi, you're back?
Yes.
You walk right by him, and he just like watches it. You go, and you enter Amira's room at the back of the house.
I stand behind his father, looking like watching him watch Nazi, and just cross my arms and do that. You know how that thing where like you put your fists under your arms to make it look like you have bigger muscles or muscles at all for me.
Are you my muscle?
I just do that. Yeah, I just want to look like menacing.
He looks at you.
I'm back. I got you.
Okay.
My wizard backup.
So,
I love you, T-Drake. You're the best.
Ericus looks at you, Teedrick, as you do that, and like his muscles are glistening in the forge light. He has no need to do what you're doing, as in like he is freaking stacked, as most blacksmiths are. He just like almost like stifles a smile, and just like looks around at the rest of you and says, "It's been a week. Where have you been?"
Oh, we've been here, over there. We think we have what we need. But it has been a week. We saw a lot of people over at the tavern on our way in. Do you know what's going on?
Haven't been there since Myra's been needing my attention. God, she's needy.
Good. What?
Wait, he says what?
But
What'd he say?
I need a fucking drink. He's like wipes his brow. He puts the hammer down and just like there's a bucket of water nearby, and he like puts the heated metal into it, and he as it cools down. He throws the iron down into the corner. He's like, "It's iron shit," and just like throws his hammer on the ground too, and just like dips his hands into the somewhat bubbling water and just like washes his face with it. He doesn't offer any sort of hospitality or welcoming nature to his home. He just like assumes you're just, he just like goes over and sits down in a chair in the corner of the room, and just like,
Par for the course.
"Well, get on with it then."
I just scowl and look towards him the whole time.
I'm trying everything in my heart to not just wild shape right fucking now. I'm so ready to fucking go in with this guy.
I'm gonna
ready.
Head down and go over with Nazi and check up on him and Amira.
Yeah, and Ross, just stay in the hallway. I need to see her first. I'll call
Okay,
you in a minute.
you open the door and you look into Amira's room. She's where she was when you left her. Her skin is paler than before. She's not like malnourished or anything like that. It's not like she's super skinny. She's just like her. It looks like the life is draining out of her. So her skin's like not like a pink, but more like a very. It's like a faded red. Getting closer and closer to her hair color, which is kind of bone white, and her hair is slick with sweat. But other than that, she is breathing and laying on her bed.
Is she still wearing the bracelet?
Yes, she hasn't moved.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the door to Yanros. I need a minute with her. Take the others and go find out what's going on at the tavern. I'll be with you guys in maybe 5-10 minutes. I need a minute. I need.
Sure, of course. Just let us know when you need us.
Thank you.
And I'll head back to the rest of the group. I think we should all investigate what's going on at the tower and give Nazi a minute or two with Amira. Does that sound good with you
All
all?
right, if he says so.
Sounds like a plan then. And I will walk out the door and start heading towards the tavern.
For the sake of like what I'm doing while they go do this, I'm going to first I'm gonna spend a few minutes. I want to ritual cast detect poison and disease just to make sure she's not accumulating like food poisoning or any kind of like illness just from being in this kind of weakened state. And
Alright.
then after I'm done with that, I'm gonna just do a prayer specifically to the dream court and try not to have thoughts of what Amira looked like in that dream because it still scars me just seeing her like that. But I just want to pray that maybe there's something I can do that I just haven't realized, and that's what I'm doing while they go investigate the tavern. So
Alright, we'll come back to you. So it doesn't take 10
Sure.
minutes to walk to the tavern.
sure.
You sit down on the ground, praying to the dream court or the summer court, and small little tiny flowers, I don't know, fall from your circlet as you are in the corner on your knees praying. Cool. So you all take your instruction from Nazi to go investigate the inn. And as you draw closer, there's just, beautiful music coming from there. It's like a flute. And it is kind of jovial. And it's for the first time since you've left the the sisters' monastery. It's the first kind of instance that you have come across of actual happy-natured music. You pass a somewhat heavy-laden cart outside. It's all like tied up, and there's like barrels on the back and bags that are all sort of squared away.
Definitely looks like some travelers may have come through.
Indeed.
That's surprising.
Take a glance. Are there any like insignias or markings on the crates or barrels or whatever?
No, it doesn't look like it's from a specific like guild or anything like that. If that's what you're looking for, is there something specific you're looking for?
No, just like if there's like a mark of ownership or a mark of like gilded trade or something of that effect. Just if there was some note that maybe it would be like recognizable, and perhaps hopeful, depending on.
You don't need to roll for this because I mean you're just taking a general look, and you don't see anything. It looks pretty nondescript. It's just like the standard barrels that are on the back and some burlap sacks, small boxes and crates here and there. You can roll me an insight check. Okay, well, you pretty much deduce that this is probably a traveling merchant's cart. There's like some telltale signs of long journey. You pretty much guess that this is a traveling merchant.
Hey, Andros, you see the wear on these wheels? There's at least 3 different kinds of dirt and clay there. This fella comes from a little ways off. I say making shit up.
Well, seeing that there's traveling merchants and seems to have brought some life in the frost, I would say that's a good thing.
Indeed, there are some goods I've been interested in myself that I don't think the town offers. So, perhaps we can truly supply.
Yes, maybe so. Well, let's go and greet this traveling merchant then, shall we?
Yes.
And go in.
Okay. You enter.
As we walk in, repeating last time, I'll tell Wimple, find us the best seat in the house.
Hold on.
Oh. I always get the best jobs.
Ah,
Ah,
So there's
God.
there's plenty of people in the King and Vine this night. A lot of the tables are taken. You have Evie in the back corner, just like frantically preparing some foods. You also have Sana behind the bar, just like hastily pouring more ales. She sees you as you enter, and she gives you a noticeable glance as you all enter the King and Vine, but she immediately goes back to pouring more drinks. In front of you, to the left, there is a couple sitting at a table, and he looks like a far traveler of sorts. He's wearing like a head robe and a headscarf and robes. He doesn't look from around these parts, and he's sitting next to a huge knight, it looks like. He's got some tattoos on his face. He's wearing plate mail. To the side of him, he has this ginormous greatsword, which is like a hand and a half longer than the sword that Emery used to carry. His skin is like a palish blue. And Quickdraw, you would know this as a Goliath race.
where?
No, you would know it, that he is a Goliath.
I mean, which Pearson on here? I don't...
This guy.
Oh, this one up here by Wimple, yeah.
This one. All right,
Yep,
the one that looks like a plate armor, at least in the picture.
Yep. He's a
put myself here.
Goliath in ginormous plate armor. To the left here, there is a dwarven girl. She's just like keeping to herself, sitting on a table by herself, munching on a hunk of bread. You have a group to your right, which they look a bit tribal. Three of them just drinking their ales and just like looking around. They stop as you all enter, just like eyes darting to each and every one of you, making sure that they see what sort of threat you are. In the far right corner is a tiefling playing a flute, and she's dancing. She looks fairly young, but she seems to be enjoying herself. And after the group of tribal humanoids size you up, they look back over to the tiefling playing the music. And then Aaron, just to the right of you, or to the left of you here, is another group of humanoids. One has her a back with like her back to you, long black hair, was shaved on one side, wearing some furs, and sitting next to a couple of other guys wearing some chainmail. It certainly is a very busy tavern.
Well, this
Yeah.
is quite lively.
It'll look a lot better than it did last time.
indeed.
Barely move in here. So I'll like scoot up past these guys.
You can find a table though, like pretty much exactly where you are, in the middle of the tavern, like around here. There's a couple of tables there.
Dude,
Sure.
this table right here. This is a good table.
That's the best one.
It's
All
like
right.
the only table.
That's one.
The only table. This is the best table.
It's the best table that's available. I will immediately approach the bar because I have to help my little friend.
Okay. Sana is just like busy working the taps, filling up jugs of ale. She seems happier than the last time you saw her, but her brow is moist, and her hair is a little bit, all over the place, as if she's been working for a while.
I'll just approach and kind of lean there and say, well, this is far more business than I think there was last time we were in town.
Yes, it's certainly good news. I didn't expect this size party to just arrive out of nowhere. It seems like there was something further south that happened that made people feel like they needed to come up here. I don't know. I haven't had much time to talk to anyone. But yes, is there something I can get for you?
Yes. I would like. I don't know if you recall. I ordered a special drink last time I was here for my halfling friend. Half water, half something that looked like water.
She looks at you and cocks her head, and just like she thinks real briefly, like, oh yes, okay. Would you like another round of?
Yeah, I was wondering what it would be to get maybe a couple of skins of that, just to have.
A couple of skins. I would say. She does a quick calculation. About 20 gold or so to fill up 2 water skins full of this cocktail.
Oh my! Let's do one.
Sure. You would have to provide the water skin, of course.
Happily. I probably have one that's been empty from a week of travel. One of mine is definitely empty.
Sure. She screams out into the kitchen, Evie! These guys want some of your cocktail! Evie pokes her head out of the window of the kitchen, and like her hair, which is usually all nice and neat, is also frayed. And she doesn't look like she's having a good time. She's just like, well, tell him to fucking wait! It's like, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to wait. We're a little bit busy this time.
Understandable entirely. I'll also just quickly order something for the table. Round of ale. So what? That'd be where is everybody? How many people here? Three ales, and I would like a whiskey, please.
Yes, sure. 10 silver.
Excellent. So 10 silver, 10 gold to you, and we will be waiting at our table patiently.
She grabs it and throws it into basically a box behind the bar. She says, "We'll be along presently. Please take a seat."
Excellent.
And she goes back
I'll
to
go
pouring more ales. And there's a whole half of the bar is just filled cups. As you step away from the bar, the Goliath gets up from his very small chair. It seems like it's a completely normal sized chair, but he stands up and he's a good 8 feet tall, and stomps over to the bar and grabs 10 of these cups and just takes them himself, and sits back down at the table and starts drinking them. He doesn't offer anything to his robed friend at all. He's just drinking.
I like him.
That guy's like 3 of me.
At least
4. Maybe 4 on a good day, but 3.
Okay.
I'll just tell everybody that I got 3 ales and something for myself, not knowing what everybody wanted, but I've ordered for the table. And Wimple, my friend, boy, do I have a surprise for you.
What is it?
Well, it's a surprise.
Oh. I will be surprised.
Excellent.
Okay, let's go back to Nazi.
Oh, yes. The Nazi train.
Nazi, you spend about 10 minutes performing your prayer. What do you say?
Shit. Thank you. Even when I doubted what was possible, no matter what I thought we couldn't do, we somehow keep doing it. I don't know if to call it luck, fate. I I I don't ask for power. I'm not asking for strength. I'm simply asking for clarity. You've shown me what this corruption can do. You've shown me what it can take from us. You've shown me how much it can destroy. I want to help, but I'm just a town freak with some glowing magic. I don't understand how I'm supposed to stop all of this, but if you've managed to keep us 6 idiots alive, clearly there's something you see that I don't. And I thank you for that. For trusting in me when I didn't even trust in myself. And that's where I end my prayer.
Okay. As you complete your prayer, Amira stirs on her bed and a word escapes her lips in a whisper. Roll me perception.
Sure. Does Nazi notice a very critical and emotional point? A?
You make out the word in a whisper. Sir.
Thank you.
It doesn't appear to be of her accent or tone. It just seems to be
Sure.
escaping her.
Gotcha.
Your ritual completes. You don't detect any poison auras coming off of Amira, or disease.
Excellent. Alright.
Just like
That's
you did
comforting.
before, you didn't
Cool.
detect.
I mean, she's not sick. She's not got like a bug. That's good. Now that I'm done, I'm gonna, as I exit her room, I'm gonna close the door behind me. I'm gonna stop at a door and just look in the direction of my father. Is he still working? Is he staring at me? Like, what's he doing?
No, he's just sitting in a chair. He's got a book in his hand. He's just reading by the light of the forge. It's an old tattered book. You can't really see what the title is at this distance. You can get close if you want to know, but he just sits there.
If I can see it when I'm passing by, I'm more so making my way towards the door.
Sure.
I'm not interested in speaking.
You take a quick look over, and he looks up to you, and you're like, yeah, you see the cover. I'm gonna go with what Tedrick said. It is basically a smut book. He's just
About what I expected. I wasn't expecting much.
it's 50
Sure,
Shades of Red.
Excellent.
That's tiefling.
Oh
Yeah,
my
sure.
god.
All right, everybody, I'm out. I'll be here all week.
It's exactly
No, I
that.
mean-
Good sir.
If you didn't say it, he was gonna say it. So
Yeah. It is a well-used book.
I was gonna say that out loud. I was gonna say, God.
pages are sticky.
Bro.
Oh,
Okay.
He just he guffaws as you oh, I knew you couldn't do it. As he sends under his breath. And then you just walk out.
As I get to the door, I'll just say, at least I tried, and I'm not going to stop trying. I hope that book gives you what you're looking for. I'm looking for something more meaningful. Not that that means anything to a shitty father like you. And I'm walking towards the tavern.
youch.
I don't know, how
Okay.
far can I make it before we get back to them? I don't
What do you mean?
can I just
Yeah, you
can we
walk
just say
out.
that I get there or
Yeah, you just get there.
cool, sure. I walk in. I don't say anything, I just look for the group.
They're pretty easy to find since they're right in front of the actual right in front of you as you enter. The music is
Jesus.
completely different, and like yeah. For some reason I got it. I'm doing two things at once. Yeah, so the tavern music is still playing. The tiefling is happily dancing, and like the tribal party are clapping along with her. She's like doing a little dance, and yeah,
Sure.
she's pretty. She's quite young looking, but pretty.
Nice. Is there anyone in this room that so growing up? So I know that you said that they're all from the south, just so you don't have to repeat. But is there anyone in here that I recognize besides the barkeep, besides Senna?
No, everyone looks foreign to you.
No. Sure. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go look for Tedric, and I'll go sit next to him and probably Yanros. I don't interrupt because they all sound like they're having their own conversations. I'll just sit at the table.
All right.
Just twiddle my thumbs, kind of.
So I haven't actually drank any of my ale, and as soon as Nazi comes in and sits with us, I push my mug of ale to him.
I take it, and I begin drinking.
All right. The tribals again look over as you enter, just like they seem to they have their eye on the door. The party to the south, they look fully engrossed in what they're doing. The female looks to be going over some maps on the table, and the two sitting closest to you, the robed figure and the ginormous Goliath. They're also he's drinking. The Goliath's drinking, but the robed figure is eating with his hands, quite messily. They don't pay attention. They're mostly just like focusing on eating and drinking at this point in time. And watching the tiefling.
So
I was
Nazi,
like, go ahead.
how's Dad?
Nazi just kind of lets out an exasperated breath and just kind of
Okay, about as well as expected.
he kind of starts laughing. Then I called him a shit.
Any
father right to his
change?
face.
Well,
Fuck it.
how'd that
And
feel?
I continue drinking the ale that Yanros gave me. We have fucking nearly died every fucking day. I take another little drink, and then we come back here, and that fat fuck decides to fucking insult me when I have been giving everything to help her.
I just give a wide-eyed like, okay, and then I look away, like,
Just
not related to this guy.
I bet all
I'm
these
so-
tables are from the same tree.
Kind of like as
Probably Wimple. Good job.
Wimple, what?
funny.
Wimple's words of wisdom.
Wimple has 20 wisdom.
I love,
that's
I love everything Wimple says.
Any
So like the music is playing, the tiefling in the corner, she sits down on a stool and just like quietly starts playing her flute in just sort of a background music kind of way. The tribal sitting near you, they start competing in like arm wrestling, and Sana comes over and like starts distributing more ales to the tribal table, and Evie comes out with some food, and it's like a delicious smelling cooked meat. It's like a boar meat, sizzling. It comes out, when you go to a restaurant and like the food comes out and it's like sizzling, and it's like a almost theatrical food, and she looks very proud of herself even though she looks absolutely unkept. And she delivers the food to the party at the bottom, or the furthest away in the corner with the map. But there's clearly activity going on in the pub, and yeah, you're just sitting there with your drinks.
Did I get the skin back yet?
Not yet, not yet.
Okay. The other thing I was going to ask was, is there any change in your sister, Nazi?
Nazi calms down. Just happy to get that off his. He goes, yeah. She's not sick from anything other than she's not. No illness. No, nothing's. She's not gotten worse.
Yeah, well, that's good.
She's still. She's just out, and.
She's paler, just so.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have all of the materials, don't we?
We need.
Close, we think.
We're almost there. We just found out there's something else we might need, and we might.
Tomorrow may be a day of experimentation, to say the very least.
We might. Tiedrick, if I remember correctly, we have to head to that cave tomorrow.
I believe so. We need to try and find some of that concentrated essence in the alchemist's
going back to the
laboratory. The anti-venom theory. Well, it's kind of sound. At least it's rooted in something we're familiar with. And,
While Tiedrick's
Does
talking,
make sense.
I want to try and eavesdrop on the woman beneath me.
This one?
The one with the maps and stuff.
She's not saying anything. She's just like looking over some maps. She's going over maps by
I thought
herself.
she was talking to
The other
people in
two
front of her.
humans in chainmail are like just sitting back and having something to drink as they watch her. They're like telling each other crude jokes, like
Sure.
you know, and going over like some past exploits.
Sure. Yanros, when we first met you, you said there was a problem to the south, right?
Well, sort of. There's just problems everywhere. I came mainly from the south.
With this,
Something may have changed in the few months that I was here, but I know that there's more problems to the north, as confirmed by Venathia yesterday.
yes, but I'm not worried
Today.
about that. That's not what I mean with this. I'm just saying we've been gone for 6 days, and I don't know. I might be overthinking it. I've just never
Well,
seen
What can happen in a
before.
week?
I've never seen any before, and I've lived here, so I don't know I don't know what might have them all here. I did see a card
I
out.
intended to. Yeah, we saw the cart too. My assumption is, and I kind of nonchalantly motioned to the guy in robes. I said, my assumption is it belongs to him or the lady behind.
Are you saying this loudly for him to hear, or?
No, well, loud enough for Nazi to hear.
Okay. Are you trying to keep it, on the down low, or are you trying to just talking out in the
Not
open?
necessarily. I'm just talking a generic level. I mean, I'm not hiding it necessarily, but I mean, if he can hear me over the din, then he can hear me.
It's not like super loud.
Yeah.
But like there's clapping and stuff. But he certainly does hear you, and his ears perk up, and he's got like bits of meat and bread stuck in the corners of his mouth. And he goes, "Oh ho ho! I hear you're talking about me. Welcome, welcome. It's been a while since I've seen another tiefling. My name is Hadif. Hadif is my name. I am traveling here from the south. Pleased to meet you all. You look like fine folk.
As soon as he says that, I want to
Yep.
glance towards that other tiefling.
Yep, she's like dancing. She looks over at Hadif as he's introducing himself to you all.
Sure.
A coy smile, quickly flashes over her lips as she's playing the flute.
Okay.
And
I'll
her,
look back at it. Oh shit.
as Hadif comes forward, I'm like, a pleasure to meet you. My name is Janos, and I hold out my hand to shake his, even though it's
Janos!
probably covered in food.
Janos, please. He doesn't. Yeah, his hand is completely covered in like
I don't
fat
care.
and
I
things.
don't
Like,
care.
he grabs it.
He's being nice. I'm being nice back. It's fine.
Like his hand squelches in your hand, like.
Oh,
And he's like,
God.
pleased to meet you. Janos was it? My name is Hadif. I come from Grave. Where do you come from?
Wait. I kind of tilt my head for a second. You come from Grave? I do as well. Do I actually recognize this guy?
No, you don't.
No? Okay.
He comes from Grave most recently.
Yep.
I grew up in Grave, actually.
Oh, really? Yes, it's quite nice this time of year, isn't it?
Can I basically realize that he's trying to bullshit me?
You can roll insight.
Oh, I could definitely do insight. That's something I'm good at.
Yeah, you think he's kind of. Oh, I need to roll deception. 1 sec. Yeah, you pretty much straight up say, I think he's bullshitting you.
Grave is nice this time of year. You go, yeah, no, it rains all the time. What the fuck?
It's snowing.
Yes.
There's hail. The fuck do you mean?
My
I kind of
favorite wizard's
understand. I kind of
decision.
understand that he's basically bullshitting me, but I'm just kind of lead him along for a bit.
Sure.
So, what brings you up this far north?
Well, I've been hearing some certainly strange things from up north, and I figured, hey, maybe there's some people in trouble that I can sell things to.
A true entrepreneur.
Oh my
Does he have like a giant smile on his face? Because that's all I can
Oh
imagine.
yeah, he
Oh
is
my
like
God, yeah, I can see
super
that.
friendly, super happy. It's like, I have my cart outside. I haven't yet set up properly, but soon, maybe in the morning, I can perhaps start offering you some wares. But for now, perhaps I can offer you my esteemed colleague who's playing the flute tonight. What do you say, eh?
I kind of hold him as like, no.
She he like waves her over, and she's still playing the flute, and she sort of like weaves her way through the tavern, and kind of like those mariachi bands in restaurants. She's just like playing near you all awkwardly, but she is here, I'll show you what she looks like.
I elbow Nazi and waggle my eyebrows.
my face is still that command I put in chat is still happening.
Her name is Namiria. Isn't she so pretty?
Gorgeous, and wonderful musicianship as well.
Sorry, just like doing something here so that the stream can
I am just
see.
hardcore like, Nazi,
Nazi like does that thing. You know that meme of like Michael Scott from The Office like leaning between his hands going, "I will fucking kill you."
right? Yeah.
Nazi like is covering his face, like looks towards Cedric and just goes, "I will fucking kill you."
But you look over to her, and she is probably the most beautiful tiefling you've ever seen. She is slender. Her skin is flawless. Her horns are like a light pink, and they're tipped with jewelry, like gold jewelry. And she's wearing a black silk gown, showing her cleavage, and she's like, she's coming on to you a little bit, or she's coming on to all of you as she's like trying to.
Yeah,
of course.
that's
Her
fair.
tail whips around and sort of like brushes your butts as you sit in your stools, all like suggestively.
I can imagine as soon as she passes by Nazi, Nazi just jumps like a full foot. Like, damn.
Apparently, Nazi's
as,
the cat.
as Hadith
I just finished a prayer, guys.
We gotta
Yeah,
find
so
the wrong
you're
God.
You're all
I
prayed
just
up.
prayed to not be given strength.
my my attention is still on Hadith, and I asked,
Of course.
so since you've come out from the south, most of the people in here are traveling with you as well?
No, just Namiria over there. She is a very handy extra person to carry. She brings in a lot of gold to me. So, you know what I'm getting at, yes?
Oh,
The
no.
tips from the flute playing, right?
So she's a lot. She gives you pay a lot of money to
Teedrick,
play some
Teedrick,
flutes.
can you not say it like that?
She's playing a flute right now.
That's not what I took that as very.
Side note, she plays a different kind of flute.
Just look over to Nazi like a stone face. Just like, what?
No, Nazi didn't say that. That was. I'm not saying this shit out loud. Nazi's face is still in his hands, embarrassed, because he knows Teedrick's nudging him. It's like, oh my god.
You all look around
I'm
at each
really-
other as Namiria
My
is
sister's
playing around
dog.
you, and Hadif is just like looking, eyes wide and anticipatory, looking at all of you and saying, like, yes, you want to take? She is very good.
You mean what do you
Again,
mean
I
take?
kind of hold on my hands like,
What
I'm
is
no
she
thank
good
you.
at?
Can I roll?
What am I paying for? I'm confused.
Can she shine coins? Like, what is she good at?
I want to roll for context if I can get the
Wimble-
context. That's what I want to do.
Roll insight.
He rolls
Roll
a
for
connotation
context.
check.
Hey, what the fuck are they talking about? Check. 14.
Yeah, you're not quite sure, Quick Jog. It's a little bit foreign to you, the fact that someone's selling another person. It wasn't something that you were familiar with growing up in a temple. And on the road, you kind of kept to yourself anyway. So it's a little foreign to you, but I mean, you may be deduced that there is conversation or perhaps a dance or something like that.
We're just gonna sit there and just blankly look at the guy who's attempting to sell someone. It's like, I don't get it.
She,
Just like a plain, like, I have the tone of I don't understand.
with that,
This is really
Namira
difficult
goes
to put in
back.
my notes without just explicitly typing it. I'm trying to write down all the NPCs. I have Deef, I have Namier, and now I'm just like, how do I describe this without just being straight up like, yeah.
Namira
Well-
goes and dances around with the others, clearly not getting any sort of reaction from you all. But Hadif is just, he grabs his chair from where he was sitting and just like shuffles and sits down next to you all. It's like, so, what are all your names?
After he pulls up and joins us, I go, "Would you like to join us?"
Yes, thank you, please, yes, thank you.
As he sits down with the table, I'm also going to stand up and I was like, I need a little bit more to drink. Thank you, Hadif. I'm going to have to show you around Graves sometime. And I walk away to the bar.
He shrugs.
Yikes. Mega yikes.
And
Whiskey,
quick question. So this person in the corner, you said that it is a female dwarf who's sitting alone?
That's right.
Okay,
Get it, Yadros.
I'm going to walk up to the bar and, can I have another ale, please? Sorry to bother you.
Yeah, like she continues to, seems to be pouring an endless amount of mugs of ale. So like, yes, just take one and 2 silver.
I put 2 gold on the table and give them to her and say, keep the change.
She
And
like reaches out to
I-
grab it and then she like pauses for a second, reaches up to you and goes. A smile comes over her face and it's like, thank you. You
We only
are
have
so
gold.
kind."
No silver.
She like pockets the gold. Her posture slackens a bit more friendly to you. Says, and then she goes over and like grabs one of the cups and hands it to you rather than you going over and get it yourself.
As I take it, I kind of give a short bow of respect. And I would like to head over to the side table where this dwarf is sitting alone.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, is this seat taken?
She looks up at you. She's got like just bread and like a small cup of water. She looks up at you and like half munching. She's like, please, yeah, please. So, forgive me. It's been a while since I've spoken to someone.
Well, spending time talking to no one is no way to live. And I sit down, and I actually will hold out my mug of ale. It's like, would you like some ale? It probably will be a little bit more filling to your stomach than just that bread.
She like looks out, looks over at you, and like crumbs on her lip. So she like grabs it from you real quick and like guzzles it down so fast. She's like young as well, but you know, she seems to like know her way around, you know, downing ale, and lets out this, you know, overly rambunctious belch as she finishes and hands you back the mug. Thank you.
Can I have your name? Oh, of course, of course. May I have your name?
My name? Why would you like my name?
Well, in a place like this, I would rather get to know everyone.
She like eyes you. No, I already told that guy over there that I don't want any company tonight.
Oh, no, I can promise you I'm not that kind of person. I just noticed you were lonely, and honestly, in a busy tavern, sitting alone is not welcoming, I guess you could say.
She like
My name is Ianros, and I hold up my hand to kind of the shakers.
She grabs it. Her hands are grubby, and like you can see dirt under her fingernails. She's clearly not washed. She looks like she's been on the road for quite a while. She grabs your hand really quickly, shakes it once, and then drops it, and like just sort of feels very introverted. She has like a hand axe on her belt, and after she shakes your hand, her hand goes underneath the table real briefly, clasping the hilt of the hand axe just in case. Sit if you want to.
Of course, there's no need for the hand axe, I can assure you. So,
No, okay.
what brings you all the way up here? You traveling alone?
She sniffs a little bit weepy as you ask that question. I'm looking for my father. Last time I was, well, he left home saying he was going to find something, and he hasn't returned in quite some time. Have you seen him?
What is his name and what does he look like? Maybe I have.
He's a shortish kind of dwarf with orange beard. He came out here with one of his friends saying he was going to come back home with wealth beyond measure. Foolish bastard. I'm just trying to make sure that he's safe and comes home. His name is... What's his name? Sorry. Got all these names. His name was Alvin.
I want to like kind of rack my memory to see if I've met anyone of that description. I highly doubt it, but it would be good to try and think about it anyways.
Yeah, roll me history.
I'm stupid. Yeet. 4. I haven't heard of him.
Yeah, you're more focused on what was happening in your own town, and when you got to Frost, you were very distracted with, you know, helping people out as best you could, building fortifications, healing people. You weren't really, you know, keeping your eye out for, you know, dwarves or anyone in particular. So, you know, people came in and went, and for some, you know, you're not quite sure if you've ever met an Alvin.
Okay. I'm sorry, but I can't say I have, but I can at least let you know that if I do ever meet him, I'll let you know that you are looking for him.
Thank you.
Of course. If you need anything, feel free to ask. I kind of look over to my compatriots who are probably all giving me a side eye from home, like, what the hell are you doing over there? I'm like, I think my companions might want me back for just a moment. So please, if you need anything, just let me know. It was a pleasure meeting you. And I'll kind of stand up, give a short bow, and return to everyone else.
She nods at you. Thank you, Jan Ross. So you go back to the table and Hadif is like trying to like peddle some more things, like maybe you like to play cards, eh? Or some dice even? I have them very good at this game.
The whole time he was gone.
Oh, dice.
What? How can you be good at dice?
You put weight at the bottom of one of them. As I sit back down and join everyone.
Certainly not. I am the most My reputation does not mean that I would cheat. It's just I'm good at the dice game, yes?
I don't
How can
even
you
have
be
to roll
good?
insight to know that's bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
Our passive real life insights, like, no.
DM.
What up?
What's the? I want to peek like past like can I see through the group and see this deal with the girl in the top right in the corner of the room?
Evie?
Yeah. Like what's she
Yeah.
doing right now?
She's in the
Yeah,
kitchen.
Like I'm trying.
She's like, you can see her like moving back and forth in the kitchen.
Okay. Alright.
She finally comes out with this water skin, like a sloshing of liquid, and just like throws it on the table and rushes back.
Tedrick, what is that?
What? What? Hi, Wimple, my very, very favorite halfling in all of the world.
Oh, I'm honored.
This, my friend, is your surprise. Do you remember spicy water?
I ponder for a second. Yes.
Does he?
Roll history, Roomba.
Spicy water.
He talks about spicy water every session. I don't think he needs to.
No, I think you
Right.
remember. Yeah, you totally remember spicy
Yeah.
water.
That'd be great. He just forgot.
That'd be great. Wimple, my friend, my companion, my compatriot.
You're gonna
This
tell me the surprise is spicy water?
whole skin of spicy water. Spicy water to go, my friend.
Like the stuff on the inside?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
So
No, you drink the leather.
yeah, just suck it through the leather.
No.
Don't do that. Maybe do that. That'd be funny.
Oh no.
This skin I buy for you. And
Oh.
I just want to say, this is not easy to come by. I basically had to clean out their stash here. It's going to take them time to get more. So you must be sparing. You must be frugal with this. But
I understand completely. I hear everything you're saying right now.
excellent.
Tedrick,
And I
Tedrick.
slowly... Huh?
did you? You're telling me while I left you all in this tavern, you bought with our limited funds. You bought him a water skin of this stuff.
By no means with my funds. With my personal money that I have, I bought him a water of this stuff, or a skin of this stuff. To be fair, none of you actually know what the spicy water is. You've only ever heard him talk about it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I said this stuff. I'm just like,
Yeah, it's just
all I know is that
this is a-
Wimple is just fixated. All I know is that whatever this stuff is, Wimple obsessed about it for a few days, and I'm just like, did you just create an addiction? Is my problem.
no. I've created a source. A source.
You're an enabler.
I have
You are
I have a
you
question
are
for the
gonna
DM.
create an addiction.
I don't
Do
know
you-
if you
do you
could get
run-
addicted to alcohol.
Do you run any sort of alcohol
Yeah.
poisoning?
Not his father.
All in one drink.
Fuck you, dude. Too soon. Not too soon. No, that's fair.
Do you run any kind of alcohol poisoning mechanics I need to worry about?
Well, if you're gonna drink it, what are you doing?
So-
Find out.
Just,
I would like to drink some of the water skin. How much? Yes.
Yeah, maybe all of it.
You want to drink all of
It's
it?
been a. It's
Please
it's
don't.
How much is in here? Like how much are we talking?
It's about well, water skin is like 10 servings usually,
This is a
so it's
halfling.
like 10 mugs of ale or so.
Oh my god, and it's just pure cocktail! Oh my god!
Well, not
fair.
like mugs. It's more like cups. More like cups. So like 10 cups of because it's not like a pint glass. It's like a cup.
You basically just handed him a handle of vodka, and he's gonna chug it.
Okay. A water skin in D&D Beyond can hold 4 pints of liquid. I gave him 4 pints of half water, half vodka. To be fair, it is watered down rather heavily.
Oh, there's other things inside. There's
That's
other
still a
things in there.
gallon of vodka!
It's not just water
a
and
gallon of
vodka.
vodka.
You know what, Tedric? I will trust you on this.
As long
But-
as he's,
If he becomes a whatever, let's just enjoy the night. Let's
Yeah,
just
no,
enjoy the night.
a gift for
I
your
will crack
great
open.
deeds.
I will craft open this great skin of spicy water that you have gifted me, and I would like to share around with everyone
Spicy
here with
water
it as
skin?
a celebration.
But John doesn't drink because
We will all-
We'll all do
Okay,
one
I'm
shot.
only 16.
That's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
Spidey what? Says spicy.
It's okay.
water.
I will not tell your parents. You guys can stay in. We
Do
can
you
all
even know
sleep
her
in
parents,
Naz's house.
Wimple?
I
We
get
can all
really.
stay at Nazi's house. No one has
not-
to know.
Oh my god, we're not.
I'm gonna take a sip from the skin and we'll pass it around.
Only 18, you know.
All right, roll a con save.
I'm
Oh no!
I want to take a big swig.
All right.
I'm about to say, if you're making a con save, you might as well commit.
Commit!
Everyone in the bar's like, chug.
Hey!
This
boy.
is
the first one to get plastered.
you taste it and like you immediately have this perfect recollection of when you first tasted it. Although this has been somewhat enhanced with more flavors within it. It's more like they've taken this cocktail and elevated it to like new flavors, infusing it with something you're not quite sure of. It is delicious and you take it like a champ.
It's now
DJ,
cherry
just-
Sprite.
Teacher, as soon as this touched my tongue, my brain started to shake.
Amazing. I couldn't be happier for you, my friend.
Here, you try some.
Short term.
Pass
I
it to
will-
Teacher.
Excellent. I will, as I bring it to my mouth, put my thumb over the hole and pretend to take a sip of it.
What the fuck?
What?
Roll deception.
I'm drinking whiskey. Don't mix that, man.
Tedric is a man of culture. Culture.
Roll deception.
Oh,
Or
okay.
performance. Either.
Well, they're the same.
You're telling me you didn't give a plus 5 charisma with your wizard?
I have 10 charisma.
You do that, and it is like when you do it to a 4-year-old, you're like taking a sip, and like it's like everyone just sees like you're completely not drinking.
The question is, what
That-
did Wimple
Nom
see?
nom,
That's the
so
only person I
good.
have to fool.
Does Wimple notice?
Yeah, his
I
passive
have a-
perception is over. He's like,
My passive perception is
Nice.
10.
Okay.
you feel like you are being hella patronized.
Teacher, you gotta take your thumb off of it. I don't know what you think you're doing, but you gotta remove your thumb.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if
You
you're
didn't
aware.
want
When you
could've
have it,
just said so.
no. I don't know if you're aware. When it's in a water skin, you got to give it a once up and down to get the flavors to really mix, and then I'll take a real sip.
Oh no, hold on. I
Oh,
I'm gonna
my
try it
lord.
first then. I didn't
Okay.
get the flavor enhanced.
You're not Wimple.
I didn't get the full experience.
Sure.
You know what?
you're
You're
right.
right.
I didn't know
You're
you had
right.
to shake
no,
it.
drink it, Wimple. Drink it. I'm okay with this. We're having a good night.
You
This is a
shake
fun
it
night.
up.
You have to drink 3 mouthfuls at a time too, otherwise it doesn't work either.
3?
What?
Okay, I'm going.
Aaron.
I'm going for 3.
3. Jeez. Okay, I'm not gonna get you to roll 3 con saves. I'm just gonna up the DC. Go ahead, con save.
It's alright.
There
I'll
you
make
go.
it. I didn't make it.
That's a
I
negative,
didn't.
dude.
Like
That's a negative.
you you take 3 hits of this spicy water skin after shaking it like some sort of bartender. You're like, and you go, and that 3rd hit, just like you feel it in the back of your eyes, and it's like your head spins. You think it's hilarious, but you are absolutely hammered for the first time in your life.
I'm really feeling it. You're right about shaking it.
Yeah, that's how you really get it.
Here, you have it now.
Excellent.
How much attention around the tavern has this taken?
Whilst there's still entertainment being provided by Nymeria, occasionally one of the tribal humanoids just looks over to you and laughs into his drink. You're certainly causing a bit of you're adding to the atmosphere, so to speak. And the Goliath who's looking over, he just laughs and starts drinking his 12th ale.
Now that Wimple is visibly fucked,
You got the slow blink.
I'm gonna do the thumb trick again because there's no way he notices that. I'm not drinking this.
Yeah, that just happens. Yeah, Wimple, you totally think you have a drinking buddy with Tedric.
Oh my god.
I pass it to Nazi with my thumb over the top, and I go, "Here you go."
Okay, so there's
You
six
really
hits
feeling it
left.
now, right?
There's 6 hits left?
Yeah, in the water skin.
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna kind of recollect everything that's happened in the past week. I'm gonna look Wimple. I'm gonna look at the red tiefling in the corner. I'm gonna look at all my friends. I'm gonna look at fucking all the people in this tavern, just quietly. I'm gonna drink it for real.
Oh, snap.
Cool, you.
What a real one.
Do you give it to
take
him?
a hit of it. Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Concept.
I took this. Yep.
Oh, let's go!
I pound it. I drink it. I wipe my mouth with my other arm, and I kind of just hand it to Yanros, kind of like hitting it against his chest, not super hard, just pfft.
And I immediately pass it to Aaron.
It is delicious.
Come on, Yanros.
You totally understand why Wimple loves this shit.
Whew. It's
Well, you got a high roll, Nazi. Are you proud of yourself?
I look Wimple dead in the eyes, and I go, "It has been a long time since I've had a drink that good."
Finally, somebody understands.
Yeah, for sure.
It's smooth.
I know. You can tell Nazi knows how to drink, but doesn't drink often enough to have a good enough metabolism for it. Aaron, you're up.
I'm only 12, sorry.
What? Are you actually?
No, I'm 16.
Okay, I didn't know.
Lying about his age.
Aaron,
Yeah, but
again, we won't tell your parents.
and besides, high fantasy is England, right? I mean, you can drink and you're supervised.
There's no
What is
age
high
limit.
fantasy,
It's up to you.
Tedric?
I mean, dwarves probably start drinking ales.
What the fuck is? Have you been drinking?
Well, something different.
Listen,
What is fantasy?
Fantasy is that tiefling in the corner.
Oh shit.
So that's what
I look
my
again.
stage
I look
name
again.
is.
Oh wait a minute. I thought her name was. Fuck. I can't remember her name.
no, yeah, he's right. Her
Your
name isn't
fantasy.
fantasy.
You're getting
Fuck, I
the
don't
beer
care.
goggle effect. She's
Yeah,
already
pretty
beautiful,
much.
but she's
Fuck.
the most prettiest tiefling you've ever seen.
Holy shit. I've seen 3 tieflings in my life, and they've all been family. What the fuck?
How's your chance, Nazi?
Holy shit.
Not
I want to
touchable.
whisper to Nazi. Nazi, go talk to her. You have your own house here. You can do it.
I'm sorry. Hey, you want to come back to my place with my per father and my demonic sister? That's the pickup line?
You can tell you're down,
actually.
man.
There's other rooms. We could
Yeah,
use
no,
that
no, no.
room where that undead thing attacked us.
Yanros is very much rubbing his forehead right now.
We're not going back to the alchemist's house.
Take her to the man
It's
cave,
empty.
man.
Hey, girl. Not no, guys. Just Aaron or someone drink. Oh my god, I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah, Aaron, you drinking or you passing
Someone-
it to Quick Jaw?
I'm gonna
I'm
pass
good.
it
I'm
on.
fine. I rolled a nat 20. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm passing it on.
Quick Jaw.
Pass it to Hadib.
God, oh yeah,
No.
I forgot he was at our table.
You pass
Okay,
it
that-
on you.
Give him a
I'll
hit.
pass it to. I'll pass it to. I guess here, since you're with us. How about you have one?
Okay, sure.
Just watch the halfling and a tiefling pound this shit.
Aaron, who's sitting next to him? Wimple, you're sitting next to him, and Aaron, roll perception.
Just steal it.
He's
Can I
either
roll
gonna
perception since I
chug
gave it
it?
to him?
Oh.
Yeah, you see he does a tea trick. He's like, yes, it's good. I like it a lot. Please take it. He hasn't taken anything. He hasn't drunk anything.
Wimple's
I'll take
teeth
it.
held.
Wimple, you think that he totally has, just like Teedrick has. And you know,
Yeah.
he's a good guy, but Aaron, you notice that he didn't drink any.
Okay. Yeah.
Look who the skins made it back to.
Well, now why don't you cork it and
Wimple,
save it?
you know
'cause
the rule.
It's hard to come.
You pass it.
Where's the cork?
It's
No, he
attached
passed
to it
it
by
to
a
you.
string.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
just grab it and then you.
Here, maybe
I'll
you
do it
should
for
take
you,
this.
yeah.
You should take this right now. I might.
Okay.
Something might
hold it.
happen.
As Wimple
I'll definitely
and
grab it.
Nazi are getting wasted on spicy
I'm not
water.
wasted yet.
Keyword yet.
Good.
I'm gonna kind of
Good.
look around the tavern again, and I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna head towards this bottom corner over here.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna join him because he's been my good friend. Jan
Uh,
Ross
oh,
has
sure.
helped me. I'm going with him.
Okay, you stand up and you head over to the southern end of the tavern. You don't really see very much, like the female with the long black hair has her back to you, and the two like knights in chainmail stand up and they hold onto the hilt of their long sword as you step over and says, I'm not sure you're meant to be here. Who are you?
I hold up my hands to show that I'm no harm, and I'm like, my name is Janos. I mainly came to introduce myself and ask why you have come this far north. That is
I
all.
let out kind of a cough, like a kind of like to try and like sober myself up a little bit. And I am Nazi.
Look over at you guys, and they sort of like weigh you up pretty quickly. Like, okay, if you say so. They look down at their colleague, who's still looking over maps, and she has similar ears to yours, Yanros. And she turns around, and she like leans back, on the table. She looks up at you and says, "Well, it's been a long time, Yanros. How's it happening?"
Wait a minute, do I recognize her?
Yeah, you recognize her.
Oh shit.
This is Vera Nightsong. She is a half-elf. You know her as a well-known bounty hunter / monster hunter. All she really wants to do is, get the next big kill or the next big payoff. Yeah, she's dressed in leathers and furs, and she has a beautifully ornate longbow just to the side of her. Her hair is braided on one side and then long and flowing on the other. She has a sort of not necessarily a tattoo, but it's kind of like henna.
Yeah.
It's like a stain of color on her face. You know her as the cockiest person, very sure of herself, and she has done some tremendous exploits in like bringing in a crime lord down in Grave, and also killing. She's well known for killing like a raging ent.
Vera, pleasure to see you again. May I take a seat?
Shit.
Well, I don't know. Who's your friend?
Oh, this is Nazi, one of my friends I've been traveling with for a short time, but for the foreseeable future. The rest of my friends over there are enjoying cocktail of sorts, I guess you could say.
It looks like you're having a good time. What you been up to? Any maidens you've come across recently? Hey?
Nazi lets that. Nazi tries but cannot because he's drinking. Tries to stifle a laugh but doesn't successfully.
Vera looks over at Nymeria and just like gives her an up and down and like purses her lips. She's a bit nice one, isn't she?
Well, that is true, but I have other matters that I have been attending to. So, what have you been doing since the last we met?
Bit of this, bit of that. You know me. Just looking out. I heard there was some strange things going on up here. I thought there would be a chance to find myself a new bounty or kill of a monster that no one's ever seen before. Things have been way too quiet recently down in Grave. No real prospects for me. So I thought I'd come up here where things are starting to get a little bit crazy.
Wow. Go ahead.
What are you looking for? Out of curiosity. Specifically, do you have anything in mind?
Anything bigger than her that she can take down?
No, I'm asking her.
I don't think that's any of your business, boy.
This is like, as a player, I'm trying to decide if now's a bad time to like flex clout over I low-key want to flex I want to flex the corpse flower so badly, or the fucking dark mantle, but I feel like we shouldn't run our mouth about that. I'll just pat Yanros in the back, realizing I'm
You're
not
drunk
welcome
though.
here.
You can't make good decisions.
I'll pat him on the shoulder
you're
and say,
right.
"Why don't
Fuck
you?"
yeah, you're right. Yeah. Well,
I mean, you nat 20 that. I don't know if you're drunk.
You're not drunk. You just think
I don't
the flavor is
I like
amazing.
Wimple's logic though.
I at this point,
Fine.
after
feeling-
Vera
he's
saying
feeling
that, I
good.
kind of tap Nazi on the shoulder. I'm like, Nazi, why don't you go and make sure that Wimple doesn't drink all of the cocktail? I think drinking all of it might be bad for his health.
Fine. I'll
Are
go
we
back
even
and I'll sit
supposed to
down.
be drinking? Don't we have stuff to do like in the morning?
Aaron,
We have stuff to do right
We're
now,
drinking.
and it's
we're
drink.
drinking.
You chose not to. That's not my fault.
So as you walk away, Vera looks up, stands up, and like comes really close to Jan Ross and like touches him on the chest. So what you been up to?
Well, trying to help the people up here with what I can. Got trapped for a month or two in a cave. And then I met these kind folk. And, well, I feel called to help them. But if you're looking for danger or anything big to hunt, then I can tell you right now, around here, you might be able to find it, but I must warn you, there are some things probably a little bit more dangerous than you might expect.
She straight up slaps you in the face.
Expected.
It's like,
I fully
We all
expected that, and like I
We
fully
all see
expected
that.
that. And I don't really flinch. I'm just like, yeah, I knew I was gonna get that.
as you don't flinch, she's just like scowls at you and says, "Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? You know what I can do." And just she goes back to her maps. You look over her shoulder. Roll me perception as she walks away from you back to her table.
12. Not a good roll.
She you don't quite see what she's pouring over on the table. Vera's usually in the past, when you met her, Vera's usually somewhat nicer than this. You have had encounters with her in Grave. Whilst you were helping people out, you came across her. She brought people in. It's up to... So, whilst you're in Grave, what do you think Janros would have, his sort of perspective of Vera would be?
Someone who, while more out for her own personal benefit, still ends up kind of doing relatively the same thing as Janros is doing, just with different motivations.
Cool.
She's from what I know, she's very much a person who is much out for her own personal gain and reputation, but for that to occur, she ends up targeting either deadly creatures or dangerous individuals who ultimately hurt the people around them who Janros wants to help.
Yeah, you're basically two sides of the same coin. You're doing it a bit more peacefully and passively and assisting with healing and stuff, and she's the one that prevents the bad to happen. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. And as she kind of sits back down with her maps, and then, it was a pleasure seeing you again, Vera. I wish you the best of luck on your hunts. And I go and return to the table.
Don't be a stranger, Janros.
I lean over to Janros and I go, "Are all your friends that polite?"
Well, have you slapped me yet?
It's crossed my mind.
You want another drink before you do it?
At this point,
I look at Teedrick with the expression of, "Don't think that doesn't include you."
Oh, I know.
You tried to. This. You want to talk, Mister? I'm gonna use lightning to perform first aid.
Hey, look, it was an idea.
Okay. So what are you guys doing now?
Drake, even I know that's not a good idea.
Best moments ever.
It was pretty good. While they were gone, I wanted to speak to Hatif a little bit about
main character.
Hadif.
Yeah, man, my favorite guy.
It's a D.
I hope he's the BBG.
DIF, gotcha.
I hope
Okay.
Is the BBG. I hope. I can only hope.
About what kind of wares I'm looking for specifically, and open the conversation to the rest of the table as well, but just kind of want to speak to him. And we can, I don't know if you want to do the whole conversation, but basically I'm looking for, the incense, the charcoal, I'm looking for parchment and ink. I'm hoping he has things of that nature for, that they're wizard shit, as it were.
Visit me in the morning. I'll be outside the inn.
I mean, if you don't have it, I don't want to visit, Hadif. I mean,
I have so many things. The best things you can even imagine.
Right, but these things. You have these things?
Yes, these things. These are like the simple things. Of course, they carry these.
Wait, does he have the last thing that we need?
No.
For Amara, no, he does not.
Dude, if this guy, there's no way this. Okay, this guy's got fucking.
No, I don't think it's that.
He's like the
That'd be
vendors in
impressive.
RPGs when you visit them late game is like selling like some legendary ancient sword or some shit. Turns out he's one of them. He
Right,
walks
yeah,
in,
he is.
This is a dragon slayer. I'm like, what the fuck?
He has one item that's worth like 7,000 gold, and you go, fuck, I gotta come back to this guy later.
Where? So you said outside the inn in the morning?
Yes, outside the tavern here. My cart is parked outside. I will just sell directly from my cart.
That's fair. That's frugal.
So when you're done here, or will you be done? Are you moving? Are you going to set up shop here permanently, long term, or are you going to be traveling more after you are done?
Who is to say? Maybe there is ample opportunity here in Little Frost, but we don't know. Who can say?
Well, I do know there's at least one open shop building.
I
Oh,
actually
really?
wanna go
I will have
before
to
we go.
inquire with the town's mayor. But thank you for the tip.
Yeah, I mean, economy is important, as I'm sure you're well.
I agree entirely.
Nice.
Now, if you
And,
excuse me, I must go back to my friend there. He gets a little anxious when I am gone for too long. And he's had quite a little bit to drink. So, if you don't mind, I think we shall retire to our rooms and be outside in the morning.
I understand. He
wanna-
does look the angsty type.
He's like pounds and like his 15th drink, and like as he pounds his ales, he like slams the mug on the table, and the table is slowly becoming less and less stable as he does this.
I told you we picked a good table. If you were here, that wouldn't happen.
Fair enough. Good
Wimple,
job,
you are a man
Wimple.
of wisdom.
And I pat Wimple's hand and I go, whatever you do not offer that man your skin. There will be nothing left in it for you later. He will
Whipple,
drink it.
You look over and his muscles
I
are
don't
bulging,
know.
like looks super strong. You're a little bit drunk at this point in time. You maybe think you could take him.
Oh,
I would
oh,
love
Wimple
to-
arm wrestle. Oh, Wimple arm wrestle.
Dietrich, if I gave him
Can you
the
do a boot
skin and
wrestle?
he
'Cause you
drank
do.
all of it, I don't think he could walk anymore after I'm done with him.
Oh, Whipple.
I say, you know what?
Why don't we sleep on it, Wimple? You only
I'm
have
just-
there's
I'm
only like
just
5
saying,
twigs left in this
If
thing,
you
right?
drink
I
all
mean,
my
mechanically?
spicy water, it's not good for him or me.
And that's
I
why
got
I'm
no
saying
spicy
don't
water,
give it to
and
him.
then he ain't got no more legs.
Wimple, we have a busy day tomorrow. Aaron's right. We might need
Yeah.
to.
We have a lot to do.
And I'm not getting a lot of. I kind of get quieter for this one. There's a lot of people in here that I'm not super sure about. I'm a bit concerned, to be honest with you all.
Well,
I think there's way too. I mean, you got Yan Ross's lady friend over there. We've got this Hadif guy who's traveling with him, as I kind of gesture towards the plate mail Goliath, with a girl like that who I don't say anything, not just to not ruin Quickjaw.
is she eyeing him up?
Is Namira eyeing up Nazi?
Yeah.
Amira? Excuse me?
No, not
With
Amira.
an N, with an N.
Mimira.
I thought he said Amira. I was like to say like what the shit?
No.
No,
Oh,
she's
God.
she's
I was
kind
so
of like flirting with Vera. Vera's like sitting there, like with her legs. She's wearing pants, but she's wearing like her legs open, and she's just like enjoying the show as she sort of like dances nearby.
Nice. Well, again, regardless, there's all these people here, and they were not here before, and it's odd because they're not all together, but yet they're all here.
Well, Frost may be something of a haven at this point for these people. I mean, it's a way station, to be fair, but what's to say that if we're successful here, that this can't be the refuge point? We could start something in
I'm
this
fine with that. I'm fine with that. I just want to make sure that this is a safe place, because
Agreed.
we may have dealt with Eben, we haven't dealt with the entire rest of them, and they might come back.
Agreed.
We
Now,
can
I'm
take
not
'em
so much
all.
worried. I'm not so much worried about Yanros's friend, because no offense, Yanros, I expect her to dip when trouble shows up. I don't expect her to take
I disagree
on
with
Renegade's
that,
hand.
actually.
You think she's gonna take on Renegade's hand?
More specifically, whoever the general is.
No, I don't think she will. She's a bounty hunter. She wants money. She's not gonna fight off mercenaries. And now, if a fucking
Well-
corrupted Dark Mantle showed up in town, maybe. then we might have her attention.
But
And then there's the
Yanros, is
people-
she one to be outdone, though? There is pride. Pride is a currency as well, my friend.
That is true.
Her pride and reputation are what define her.
Anyways, this needs to be discussed in the morning. I feel like we need to.
Agreed.
Yes, I agree.
And
Some rest would
to
be
that
good.
note, would we? I don't wish to impose. There's plenty of tension in your home already. How much room is there amongst that tension? Do we need to secure rooms here? Perhaps re-break into the alchemist shop?
I'm gonna stay with Amira in her room.
Understandable.
Keep an eye on her. There is my old room. I doubt it's been given much attention since I've been gone. I don't know how many people can fit in it because I don't know how big the house is.
2 or 3, probably.
I'll sleep
Not
on the
super
roof.
comfortable.
You can all fit in it, more or less like sleeping on the floor if you want.
Sure.
It's capable of sleeping in Nancy's old house. I mean, it might not smell very good. Erica's is
Well, yeah.
probably going to be like drinking, or maybe I don't know. You know
Sure.
what's gonna
Yeah.
happen, but-
If you guys are willing to deal with not to ignore him, it doesn't
Understandable.
bother me. But if you all would be more
That's-
comfortable at the alchemist place, which I'm not comfortable there, but
I mean, I'm
There's
not.
not really
but it was
anything
an option.
there.
Well, it's true. We
It's-
killed the
it's-
thing.
it's less about safety and more it just creeps me out.
Sure.
Oh, I'm fine with.
Okay, so what's the plan here? You guys all staying in Nazi's
I'm
house, or are you
going to
gonna
my
get
house.
rooms here? Okay.
Yeah. When we leave the tavern, as everyone's starting to head to Nazi's house,
Mm-hmm.
I want to stay by this fountain for a minute, and I'll be like, I'll catch up with you all. Just with like a moment to myself. That's all.
Sure.
Okay.
As people leave, I want to take a good look at these, the 3 at the table, the tribal group.
Yeah.
Do I recognize anything about their tribe? Anything, something? Do I recognize something about them that I don't really know what I'm looking for, in all honesty, as a player. But is there something about them that stands out to me? Beyond the fact that they are tribal, are they of some sort of historic? Is their tribe of some sort of historical significance? Some sort of ancient lore or tale? Is there? I guess what I'm really looking for is maybe knowledge about. Well, you know how like there are like tribal stories and remedies in the real world that predate a lot of things or are kind of parallel to some things that have truth, even though they seem fantastical sometimes, or they seem like there's no way that's how would they even know that, but they knew things.
Just roll me flat perception.
Oof.
There were kind of like nondescript things. The only thing that you can glean from that is like they have a tribal tattoo on their arm. You don't quite get a look at the whole thing, so you're not quite sure what to follow up on, but they all look like they have a tribal band tattoo on their arm, albeit it is partially concealed by their furs.
Okay, I'll yeah, I don't know what to do with that, so I will I'm actually going to take a look at the alchemist shop. Is the door still open?
It's broken because you guys
Oh,
fucking
that's
broke
right.
it.
No, I thought the key. I got the key,
No, you didn't
On
get
accident?
the key.
or was that the key inside?
No, dude.
Oh no, you did, but like you forced it open a little bit, right? And then
Okay.
Yeah, we had to
Uh,
break it open a little bit.
yeah,
so we
it's-
could
it's on
see
its
inside
hinges.
to bring Faisal in.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, it's like
Um,
it's broken, but it's it's open.
There was a huge
I
meme
will-
about Faisal making noise.
Let's see. Yeah. Oh, Faisal, my favorite owl. I'll just as I walk by, look at Yandros and just say, I'm going to spend some time studying, and I'll do that in the alchemist shop. There's much to prepare for the morning. Don't wait up and tell the others, would you?
Of course, I was actually planning on staying out here sometime, so I'll keep an
Excellent.
eye out.
And I will spend the evening in the alchemist shop. I will, now that I know, and this can be done after some other people if there's other things go on, but specifically what I'm going to do tonight is just pour into any notes that I have in my bags, and I'm going to look for anything in this shop throughout the evening. Basically only getting the equivalent of a power nap and a short rest, so I assume a point of exhaustion, but I want to look into this whole idea of distilled corruption, because I don't know how much of that is left in
Okay, we'll
the
come back to you.
cavern.
We'll come back to you.
Yeah.
So just place yourself in the alchemist's house, and we'll come back to you. Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm walking back to my house.
Which I want
I
food.
might need someone to help me. So many people left me unattended.
You're gonna stay in the bar?
I don't know. Somebody
Quick
might have to
toss in
come
there
get
with
me.
Quickjaw's Cookies is there with you.
I need an
I
adult.
mean, I'm here. You know.
Okay.
Quickjaw, what do you say? One more round.
Quickjaw is just slightly ignoring you as she just kind of orders food. Like, no. You're
Keep in
fine.
mind, I have your skin.
Stay-
You gave it to me.
stay right
Oh no,
there.
you took it.
Kind
I'm
of
gonna be looking
keeping.
around for it, and I'll be like, "Where is it? I lost
You
it.
just like burst into tears.
I gotta go tell Tedric I lost it."
kind of. Okay. So I've seen
I have no idea
Nazi
what
and
Tedric
Aaron
is.
go off to Nazi's house. I've seen Tedric go into the alchemist shop.
Yep.
I see Wimple drunkenly stumble out of the bar.
The Hadif and his friend, Goliath's friend, go upstairs. The Tribals and Vera's group and Milona, the dwarf, she's sitting there by herself still.
Yeah, and Rose, where's Tedric?
Uh,
I gotta tell. I'm gonna be in big trouble.
Oh my god.
Why would you be in big trouble?
I lost the skin. I lost it. I don't know where it is.
I'll kind of stand up from my sitting position. I'll kind of gently put my hand on his shoulder, and it's like, it's okay. I'm sure it will show up in the morning. Let's get you back to Nazi's home so you can sleep.
No, I gotta find it.
Spring
Where's
is-
his-
If you don't have it, I'm sure Teacher does, and
Bring him to
Teacher can be
Teacher.
trusted. Quickshot,
He
can you
has
help
it.
me take him back, please?
Alright, let's come on.
And I start escorting the very, very drunk Wimple into Nazi's house.
I'll
Oh,
do
okay.
similar.
Okay.
Come on, you need sleep. Maybe a little pizzazz.
Okay. You escort him to Nazi's house. Ericus is in his chair, like snoring. His pants are unzipped.
Great.
After that book, oh god.
Excellent. Excellent. I just rub my face and I go, this guy's. I show them to my room, which I didn't even go in my room first time, so.
As
No,
once
it's
I
not
make
much.
sure that Wimple is passed out and like in bed sleeping and resting,
Sure.
I'm gonna look at Nazi like, I'll be back shortly, and I will head back to my spot in front of the fountain.
Aaron, what are you
Aaron,
doing?
I'm just gonna go in here and go in Nazi's house and like look for somewhere to sleep.
Sure.
you and Wimble can share. My
You
room.
can bunk
I'm
in
gonna go-
the same room as Wimple.
Yeah, I'll go into Myra's room and.
All right, Wimple, I'm going on the top so you don't throw up or pee
It's
on
not a
me,
bunk
okay?
bed. It's not a bunk bed.
What?
Unless you're climbing on top of Wimple.
Bed? His father hated him. You think he gave a
Aaron,
bunk
I
bed?
didn't agree to this.
All right,
Alcohol
you stay
brings us
over
all
there.
together.
Don't spray me.
Just put me face down.
You could put yourself face down.
Yeah, but you want it. I'm already down.
I'm
Make
just
sure
gonna
he's
push.
on his
I'm
side.
gonna push you over with my mage hand so I don't have to move.
Jeez, oh my
You
god.
you feel like it's a rocking. You just
Roomies.
instantly fall asleep, Wimple. You're like, snoring
Aw,
so loudly.
how sweet.
Go ahead. Quick draw, what are you doing?
Quickdraw, if everyone's just gonna go to sleep, Quickdraw is just going to. Well, I guess after technically eating at the bar tavern thing,
Yeah. You grab some
but
bread.
just probably just gonna end up sleeping on the roof since fuck being in that house. To be honest,
It's
That's
kind of
fair.
cold.
I respect
It's
it.
kind of cold
I
at night.
respect
At night.
I mean, I
Go
got
Cedric.
fur, I got my robe. It's
Go
fine.
Cedric.
Okay. Cool. You
think it's fine anyways.
You scramble on top of Nazi's house. You hear and yeah, you curl up. You do like 3 circles before you sit down.
It's like
Your tail sort of like wraps around you, and yeah, you sort of breathe in the night air. Roll me a perception check at disadvantage.
no. Oh god. Well, if it's more than like 10 feet away, I probably don't see it.
Oh, do you
It's
have
so
the
like
do you have the mask
shield.
on?
Yeah, she has to
Okay,
take it
then-
You had
off.
the mask on this entire time?
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
Dude, he's looking fly.
Okay, no check then.
I mean, I can maybe hear it. You wanna say
The
that?
night is still. It's fine. It's just a little bit bittersweet on the air, but it's cold air, but it's still like, there's no actual movement. Okay, Janros.
So as I head back to the fountain, I'll kind of sit down in front of it and I'll go through my bag for a second, pull out my one little candle. I'll kind of like set it in the dirt for a second. I'll set some incense next to it and I'll light the candle and the incense. And I'll pull out my prayer book and I'll read that for a short bit and then I'll kind of close it. And closing my eyes, Dawn Father, your light has guided me many places and helped many people. You've guided me here and to these amazing individuals, and we are the suitable 6. But I want to be more than suitable. I want to be able to truly help everyone. With so many people here, I worry that something's going to happen. Please, I ask you to give me the courage and the strength to face whatever comes my way, so that I may help my friends and I may help these people.
Roll me a religion check.
Why is religion intelligence based? I'm not smart. 7. Why is it intelligence based? Why it's not smart? 7.
You pray, and your voice carries through the square, the empty square in the night. You take a moment to wait for a response. It takes a while before anything comes to you, but you hear the same voice. Save them. And as that voice echoes inside your mind, you have a flash of imagery of 3 laying in the cage. Save them. Save them all.
I will. Thank you.
You don't really hear anything more during this night. It makes you feel a little uneasy, the fact that your mind went to the fact that you didn't save 3. And maybe that resounds a little bit more within you, that maybe you would strive to do better. Okay. After that,
I'll
you just
blow out my
enjoy-
candle, put out my incense.
Mhm.
And as I kind of pack them in my bag before I stand up, and I'll say, "Thank you for pointing out my mistakes." And I'll stand up and I'll head over to the alchemist shop. I'll kind of tap on the door slightly and stick my head in. Teacher, I'm heading back to Nazi's. If you need anything, just let me know.
Tidrick, you hear Yarmos's voice from the square.
Oh, I kind of move over to the door over here, so I'm a little bit closer.
Okay, cool. You poke your
Yeah,
head in.
I kind of knock on the door and stick my head in and be like, "Hey, I'm going to sleep."
Okay.
All right, I'll be along shortly.
Of course, please get some rest. I feel we're going to have a very long day tomorrow. And
Okay.
I
You go.
head back.
Tidrick.
I kind of sit in the hallway between the two
Okay.
rooms, and I fall asleep there, just so I can kind of keep an eye on everything.
Sure. You feel like things are still safe enough, especially with all the extra activity of people. You've been here before as well. You feel somewhat secure.
Okay. And I sleep.
Okay. Tidrick.
Yar.
In the alchemist shop, you spend time going over the notes once more. And after spending days poring over the scribbled nonsense of the alchemist's journal, you understand to the best of your abilities what he did during experiment number 62 was, and what you might now need to do to theoretically reverse what Emira was subjected to. Throughout your research time, there has been a constant reference to several of his minions helping him out for the purposes of simultaneous preparation of components. You manage to isolate the numerous entries of rambling nonsense about various minions slowing progress and their moronic inability to follow simple instruction, and more than a few entries of self-reflection that maybe rats were not the best creature to use for his lab assistants.
Sure,
Nevertheless,
makes sense.
Nevertheless, you learn that you will need the help of your party to successfully pull off the same set of parameters that the alchemists used, each preparing an ingredient whilst you prepare the most complex part of extracting a distilled concentration of corrupted essence from a nearby vat. The distilled essence must be applied within seconds after extraction to an immediately prepared combination of the 5 other ingredients to ensure the spores are numerous enough to be a suitable catalyst. You also discover that through separate research and with the insight from Venathia, that you will require a host to be an incubator for the antivirus, infusing it with their natural constitution to withstand infections before extracting as many doses as you can from their body. You surmise that there is a finite amount of doses that you can milk from a host, based on how well prepared the ingredients are, how pure the distilled essence is, how well the components and essence are combined, and how strong it is for the host to, withstand it, to synthesize for you to extract. Given the scenario that everything goes well, you calculate with your very smart brain that there is a maximum amount of doses that you could feasibly extract from a host, and with your calculations you round it to be around 28 doses. However, looking through the notes about each component and its corresponding preparation requirement, you discover that some components are easier to prepare than others. It will be down to you to decide who of your party is better suited to prepare each ingredient, for they clearly will have no way of deciding that for themselves or even understand the insane scribbling in the journal. So you have some choices to make. that the rest of the party will fail to comprehend. You need to choose who will be preparing each ingredient. Whilst the tasks for the preparations are similar in theory for each ingredient, due to their nature, they are ranked in difficulty or of preparation from, let's say, 1 to 5. The ranking is as such. The Weeping Wig is ranked 1. The Violet Cap is ranked 2. The Wild Sage Root is ranked 3. The Bloodgrass is ranked 4. And Balinor's Kiss is ranked 5. As you go through all of these details, the night draws long.
One being, just to clarify, one being easiest,
One being
or
easiest.
5 being easiest.
Yeah, 1 is easiest.
And that is that is all in addition to the concentrated corruption that we also need.
That would be your task.
Okay.
So the night draws long as you get all this information together in preparation for the difficult task ahead. You've not encountered alchemy so much in your past. You certainly haven't got any proficiency with it, but your knowledge of combining ingredients and just chemistry in general is still applicable. And with your intelligence, you finally understand, after days and days of cobbling together this ridiculous journal, you feel somewhat confident that this is what you have to do. The night draws long, and the sky begins to brighten. The candle that you use to light the room is, almost, burned away. You feel the effects of exhaustion kick in. You have 1 exhaustion point as the sun crests the horizon and the crow, the cockerel in the distance crows.
As the sun crests the horizon, I take 1 deep breath and just kind of out loud, but to no one, because there's no one but me here, just so to myself, just go, well, fuck. And I, if I can, get a short rest just to recover. I've only used 1 spell slot, but recover the spell slot I have with Arcane Recovery.
Yeah, I'll say that, you weren't doing
try to get a power nap in.
Yeah, you'd have a power nap. I'll give you a power nap. You sort of like startle awake as the cockerel crows, and you've got like your head is on the paper and it's like all smushed, and like the side of your face is like all wrinkled, like when you like been laying or something, and like
Sure.
your hair is like all like stuck up on one side, and you don't look too rested.
No, I do my very best to kind of wipe my eyes and pull my hat down a little tighter over my head to hide my wild hair, light my pipe, and walk out to the fountain and just kind of sit there and have a morning smoke before everyone arrives, probably looking for me, but just kind of pondering.
Okay.
I will also cast Mage Armor before I walk outside, just so it's up.
You're just like, constantly shimmering. Okay. You all have the benefits of a long rest except for Tedric. You wake up, Emir looks a little paler to you, Nazi. It feels like, if you don't do something soon, you're not sure how long she will continue to breathe. And your father is still sitting, in this chair, snoring loudly. What would you like to do?
I'll get up and I'll get dressed and I'll start making my way through the house. I don't say anything. I just find each person.
Be careful not to
wake
stumble
them
on me.
up. I open the door.
Because you see me sitting in the hallway.
I shake Jan
Just kind of
Ross.
passed out.
You
I go
like
into
to...
my room. Yeah, I grab him by the breastplate and just shake him enough for him to wake up. I go into Wimple and Aaron, and I just kind of, whoever's sitting in the bed, I just kick the bed frame a little bit to wake whoever's in it, and I nudge whoever's on the floor. I make my way out, and I'll go outside. I haven't seen Quickjaw yet. I don't know if she's on the roof. I just kind of rub my face out of frustration. Out of all of this, just nothing, like everything just feeling like it's getting worse. I just after seeing Amira get paler, I'm going to. I don't know if Tedric's still asleep. I trust that everyone's rousing, so I'm just gonna begin making my way towards the alchemist shop.
Uh-huh. You see Tedric outside smoking his pipe. He looks like he's been up all night.
Everything okay?
Oh, great. How are you?
Amira's doing worse.
Here's the good news.
I go sit on the fountain by him.
Good news is I think I finally understand it. The middling news is, well, I only think finally understand it. Bad news is, and take all of us, we all play a part in this. What that means is it could look like one of us is the reason this doesn't work. It's not true. No matter how much it looks like it. It's not true. We have come so far, we have done so much, we have found so much as a party, as a team. If we succeed, it is all of us. If we fail, sure, who looks like? It is me. Instructed is my understanding plays the biggest part in this in my mind. So I just want you to act that druidic rage, that disdain, whatever it is, whatever it becomes, the disappointment, which might be worse in many ways, to the right party, because all of us are going to play a part, and I want you to understand that because I'm the only one who knows what those parts are, that if it feels like it's you, because
why
you don't know.
No. There's no reason you should be doing this much for me. You've known me as long as we were at that school, and we didn't even train together. You didn't know me before we went there. You don't know anything about me or my family or even this town, and yet you've nearly died to chase down mushrooms that may or may not have a slight chance of even possibly helping this girl that you've never met, for a guy that's barely been able to help you in return. You've done all of this, all of them, everyone in this group has done so much for me in this group.
I can't speak for everybody, But I'll speak for me, and I'll be honest with you, Nazi. I feel like we are close. I consider you a friend. I consider you a companion. Consider you confidant. And all of that being true, you have to understand that we all have our own selfish motivations. We all have friends for the wrong reasons at the end of the day. We want something out of them, whether it be in happier times, I just need a friend to help me move, or these days, I need a friend to help me through my ridiculous strife. We all have a sister, a father like you. It may not be those things, but we have those same problems that you have. And we are together. We were chosen as unique individuals. We were trained to be even more unique. And I'm here to help you as a friend, and that is entirely true. I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't get something out of this. Whether it be a favor, whether it be karma, whether it be more knowledge, more understanding that helps me in the future through this alchemy, through this corruption. Doesn't matter what it is, we all gain something from this experience, what have you. So understand, and I don't say this to diminish what we're doing for you or how you feel about what we're doing, because it is big, it is major. Any of us could have walked away at any point, but we didn't. And it's not because I believe in you or your family, or rather, it's not because I believe in your family or the cause, because I believe in you, and I believe that one day all of us together will do something that amounts to more. In order to do that, we've got to clear some ledgers. This is your ledger, and you need our help. Others have their own ledgers, and they'll need our help.
All I ever wanted to do was help people. It's all I've ever wanted. They called me a freak. They said I couldn't do it. And then some woman just shows up and tells me I can do exactly what you're saying. I could change the world, she said. I've recently come to the realization that this path that I would have never agreed to 10 years ago. Never ever would have agreed to do this if it meant nearly dying in a dirty cave with a bunch of people I've never known. But through, you might call it a voice in my head, or what Jan Ross might call it, divine, I've come to the realization that I think you're right. I think this is being here, sitting on a dirty fountain with a wizard who looks like he hasn't seen a lick of sleep. I think this is where I'm supposed to be.
I don't know if I've told anyone this. You lost family. We found one of them. Perhaps your mother is out there, perhaps not. I can't speak to that. I've lost to what a wizard, in my opinion, amounts to more than family. I've lost a mentor. I was supposed to be out there with him. And there was something that held me behind, and I didn't travel on the expedition. I was going to meet him later. And he's gone. And to a wizard, that's to the intellectual specifically, that's Well, that's something else entirely. And when we found the hammer that our small spicy-waterlogged friend now wields, that was familiar. That note. There's familiarity in that. My mentor. Perhaps he's been here, or perhaps his influence has been here. I don't know. Not truly.
T-Dirk, I want
But
you
I need to
know something. Before we venture off on this possibly ludicrous challenge, at the end of the day, no matter how upset I get, or whatever sacrifice has to be given, I want you to know that I know you tried. I know you couldn't have done. I couldn't have asked for someone to give more for this. And so, whatever call has to be made, as much as I may struggle to part or whatever happens in the end, I stand by you that you did what you could, and I can't ask for anything more. You know that this is what we're stuck with.
It's true.
This path
We
does
can
not
only
get easier.
we can only play the cards we're dealt, right?
Yeah.
Also, remind me to tell you about that door later.
God.
We have a different task now, but
Yeah, I know.
I recalled something about that door.
Yeah.
I don't know if everyone's ready for that, but I think you'd like.
I was wondering when we'd get to that because I remembered your eyes up like Christmas when you saw that.
It was a hell of a door.
Alright. Let's get the group.
Sure. Just for the sake of brevity, I'm going to say Hadif comes out in the morning, and he calls you over and says, we're open for business, and you can buy stuff from him before heading out. Is there anything specifically you want to get? That I know you want to get Faisal reagents, and he has those. That's fine. I can give you the total amount later, but you can. How many charges of summoning do you want to purchase?
So that is specifically is a discussion I need to have with the party because I am quasi low on funds myself. I can get one charge easy.
It's 10 gold per charge, so to speak.
Yeah.
I have 5 gold on me.
Well, so the party has technically, if I'm counting this correctly, and I know Eandros technically still has the money, but I think I added it from the stuff. We have 488 gold as a party fund. That's not counting anything any of you have on your persons.
Eandros is currently carrying 446 gold.
Yeah, there's that.
So
Faisal power.
Yeah, I think we can.
So Hadif is like a general shop, traveling merchant. He does have some rare things, but for the sake of time, is there anything you want to grab right now before heading off? And we can do a more greater interaction when you come back.
Yeah. So are we good with we'll just say 3 charges out of the party funds for Faisal?
Yeah.
It's 30 gold.
30 gold, sure.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Faisal is so helpful. He's incredibly helpful.
I'll mark that off of what I have, and I'll just use it from for some reason, me being the treasurer of this group. So that's 30 gold. That'll come out to 3 platinum.
You do also need a brass brazier, and he has a little brass brazier for you, Tidrick, if you want to purchase that also.
Sure, yeah. How much was that?
That'll be an additional 10 gold.
I'll do that out of mine, because that's a permanent. That one's permanent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will buy that for myself.
Okay, he hands you the brass brazier, and then Yanros gives you extra currency to purchase 3 shots worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs. Is there anything else anyone needs from Hadif right now?
You somehow have the dust of dryness. Quickjaw's gonna keep looking for this till the ends of the earth.
He does not have any dust of dryness. He goes, I don't know what that is, but I have regular dust.
Oh. Sad Quickjaw intensifies.
Ianros, just for side note, I just direct messaged you a edit link to the spreadsheet, which has gold on it. So
Yep, I see it.
you can, if you just want to take that, go for it. I put the Faisal reagent in there, but
Got it. All right, thank you.
Okay, cool.
All right, so we're done.
So you all wake up, and you seem to be gathering in the center square. You purchase your reagents. What do you want to do?
I would like to spend an hour getting Faisal back, because, God, I miss my owl.
Okay. Sure. You spend an hour. Some of you get some food, I suppose, from the inn real quick. Faisal has returned.
Faisal! Yanros is kind of happy. He's like, how are you?
Oh yeah, I spend a full extra 5 to 10 minutes just stroking his feathers and saying hey, and we snuggle for a minute.
Circles up to you, you scratch him on the back of his neck, and his eyes roll into the back of his head, and he's like, "Oh, this is the good shit."
Oh yeah, this is the most happy for sure, and possibly the most emotional I've been in a week.
Yeah, been without your buddy for a while.
Gonna attempt to pet the owl.
You're welcome to, my friend. Fur on feather feels great. Just don't.
What?
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 Huh?
And with that, how
Welcome back,
could we get there?
Welcome back, Faisal.
Good to have you back, Faisal. No, everyone ready?
That's a pigeon. What did I do? Jesus.
I would say.
Anyways.
Why is our owl a pigeon now?
Magic's weird,
For a
yo.
while. He's been gone for a while.
You got eyes, turn peculiar. Okay, what are you up to?
Oh god, I think
To
we're
the
off to
cave?
the cave.
Yes.
Oh
we
wait.
are.
Okay. Real quick, everybody. A thing that I think we need to talk about is the fact that in my studies, this needs to be applied fairly quickly, which I think means we need to take her with us.
No,
Sorry.
it's not the application that needs to be done
Oh, okay.
quickly. It is the combination, the work together kind of perspective has to happen more or less simultaneously. That's why you can't do this alone.
Okay. Gotcha. I understand now. Cancel that. Let's go to the caves. Keeping
Alrighty
in
then.
mind that
It's cave.
Quickjaw, you said we might have to deal with an Uzi thing?
I mean, I sealed it up, but seeing how long we were gone, it probably broke it.
Alright, we'll keep that in mind.
I don't have any of my cool dust to get rid of it anymore.
Hey, we're far more amazing than we used to be.
But I can't punch liquid.
Well,
You
I mean-
can. You
yeah,
definitely
right, you
can.
could.
No.
I can't smash liquid.
I mean, your hammer thing does lightning stuff,
Oh, that
Not
would
all,
be useful.
not all the time.
but still does it. I don't have
Well-
lightning fist.
We'll keep that in mind as we go.
Yes.
Okay. You head northwest out of town towards the Frost Caves. Just as you're passing the tavern, all of you notice that the vegetation around here is changed. And not from a seasonal perspective. There are flecks of purpley red, kind of here and there, just encroaching on the border of Frost. But going further into the forest, the the vegetation coloring changes, and it looks sickly. That bittersweet smell becomes more pungent the closer you walk towards the Frost Caves.
I think we forgot to do something in the cave.
Well, I don't think we
be.
forgot. I think there's just extra corruption still there, which is honestly going to be good.
Yeah.
Corruption's getting worse. Let us hurry.
Yeah, the trees look like they are sort of infected or just diseased. Yanros, you recall back to when you had your vision, and you almost have like this flash of imagery of how the vegetation changed whilst you were standing there, and you do recall some similarities to this. It certainly is a blight, and the blight is spreading. You head northeast towards the cave, following the path that you have already taken. Occasionally you go, is it this way or is that way? And Aaron's like, no, come on guys, it's this way, it's obviously this way. And you end up back at the entrance of the cave about an hour and a half later.
Here we are.
The corruption has spread quite significantly here. It almost looks like it's pouring out of the cave entrance, and all the vegetation around is like this purpley reddy kind of affliction to it, like spots on the leaves. Branches are like almost wet with some form of mucus. The ground itself seems to be like tainted, and the closer and closer you get to the cave entrance, the more significant this becomes.
Just spamming prestidigitation each time I step in something. No.
Whoa, it's a new color. Red now.
It's
Oh,
seasonal.
I think
It changes with the season.
It's fall now.
As you enter, as you get closer to the cave, with all the corrupted land around you, you see a familiar sight. It's not a pleasant smell. The wind is still. It's not a clear day. It's like overcast. What would you like to do?
I guess go to the cave.
Might as well go in.
Yeah, I don't see much of another option. Just keep an eye out. I have an uneasy feeling.
Yeah, I don't really
Are there
Everything-
dragon tracks anywhere?
Great question.
That's a valid question.
No dragon tracks around here. No.
I would like for Faisal to just kind of run up to right up there, maybe,
Okay. I'm
and
gonna
just kind of let me know what he sees,
put him back
or like,
there.
is there anything interesting?
Yes, he sees, like from the cave entrance, and like immediately around the front side, front part of the cave where you killed the kobold, and his rats. You see, Faisal sees if you're looking through his eyes, or is he just gonna like go out?
He's just gonna telepathically tell me something.
Okay, he squawks at you that he sees something.
I'll tell everybody, hey, whoa, hang on. And then I will briefly look through his eyes to see what he sees.
Sure. He sees like an oozy kind of liquid flopping around on the surface, on the ground. It's quite large. It's like spread out, and it's sort of like slicking this way and that way. It's like a red, gelatinous kind of liquid kind of thing that's spreading around. It's like seeping into the ground here and there, but also absorbing like the dried blood from the corpses that have just been left there. The rats' carcasses are now skeletons and skin, and the kobold as well is the same. It just seems like it's been drained of blood.
I will convey that to those around me. That there's a
Knew I
blood
should've dealt with
ooze.
Yeah.
Excellent, 'cause this couldn't be hard enough.
What does he have?
So who wants to be first?
Let's put Faisal first.
Well, I mean, he kind of already is.
I guess I don't mind going first. I mean,
Yeah,
we've
you
been in
kinda
here
got
before.
You got that poker
It went
now.
terribly.
Okay.
Roll me perception,
Jesus. Who that?
Aaron.
Ah.
No.
6.
You can see a lot with a 6, you know.
You're not quite sure what T-Jack is saying, talking about. You don't really see anything from this vantage point. You're like, oh, maybe Faisal's been away too long. He hasn't quite got it down anymore. You seem pretty confident so far. Okay, Jan Ross, make me a perception check.
Okie doke. Perception. Eat 15.
As Aaron moves forward without a care in the world, you see the movement on the ground, and it seems to be creeping towards him ever so slightly, but he hasn't noticed it yet.
Aaron, stop.
Oh, great.
What?
I can see it moving. It's heading your way. So take a step back.
What is?
Some red gelatinous thing. I'm honestly not sure what it is, but it's definitely heading our way.
That's a foreboding sight to see pop up on our.
Oh, that is a very foreboding sight to see. Oh, God.
Wait, there's a thing. Turn order pops up immediately.
Roll initiative, guys.
God damn it!
Oh, dear.
Is there any chance we just like
Oh
turn
my!
around?
That.
Where do you find this shit?
Oh my god, it's so big.
Where do you
I
find these
told you we
pictures?
should have dealt with this, but no.
Oh my goodness. Oh well, don't worry, guys. It got a 20 on its initiative.
Uh-oh.
I hope
That's
no
not
one
right,
was.
Dan.
I got one
Oh
as well.
god, it's gonna reach me.
Rest in peace, Faisal again.
Faisal's in the air.
Faisal is flying.
Don't worry, we put the financial investment in on another Faisal.
Right, there's also that.
We got the
We
life
have-
insurance
with-
plan. Don't worry.
Maybe this is
We
why
have
the
reserve-
people
yeah, we bought
south gave
insurance.
up.
Okay. Du-du-du. Oh. Cool.
Get in there, quick, Joe.
Okay.
Don't-
I still can't see it.
You're quite.
Do you still have the things on?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
What's wrong with you?
You could like
What part
quickly put
of-
them up if you want. I mean, you don't have to do
Oh
that.
my
Quick doesn't know this.
Oh my god.
I would have
Wait,
explained it to you.
God
Would you?
damn
Oh,
it.
God.
What are you doing, quick
Take
job?
off the mask. Please take the mask off.
Alright, I'll just kind of like, I don't know if this is part of an action or just like kind of like pull it up to be like, oh wait, normal vision, that's a thing.
That might
Yeah.
be your.
Looks like-
Is that your interact with object? Because that's a free action.
It's free action.
I guess it is.
Get
Okay.
in there. You have the movement.
It's like, oh, I hate this.
You pick up your mask and go, shit.
Put it back on.
The
That's
world's
better.
been just as shitty
You
as when you
see,
walked out.
like as you approach, are you going? Sorry.
Pew.
As you approach it, it
Yeah.
raises itself like off the ground and turns into this massive form of flowing blood. It is tainted with that ready purpley corruption essence. As you're this close, you look at the build up of it, and it does look similar to that same gelatinous creature that you easily dispatch with your dust. And
I missed my dust.
what do you do?
How do I even hit? I guess we'll try.
How do I
If
hit
it's
blood? Cat litter.
Don't have that. Slash? Question mark?
So 24 to hit.
Yeah.
Yep. You hit it. You
Look
slash
like I even
through.
did anything to it.
You slash through the blood, and like it just like your claw passes through it, and like whilst you have some blood on your paw, it does not look upset in any way, shape, or form that you hit it.
I'll use my fuck me. That's not gonna do anything. Just going to suck up the attack of opportunity that this is going to provoke, and be like, nope, not dealing with a round 2.
You're backing up.
Your feline agility my ass away.
Okay, so you're disengaging.
I can't disengage. I use an action.
Oh, you're right.
have
You're not
points.
you have key points, I suppose, but
Can I do? Wait, I can. Okay, yeah, I'll do.
Yeah.
I do have key points. I forget this is a thing because I normally use my bonus action. So I'll spend a key point to disengage my ass to run all the way back over here.
it's just like you hit it. It
What
goes.
did you learn?
Yeah.
It's just like
I hit it.
It's very
it did
quick.
Nothing.
Okay.
So
Excellent.
you know, like when a cat hits something and nothing happens, like, nope.
Like a water hose when they hit a water.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, it's
a
like a
very
little paw
very
slap.
soft tap. Yeah, tap tap
This
tap.
is very awkward for a monk and a barbarian, I imagine.
Okay, it is its turn. And it will move.
Will it waste its action to hit the bird? Either hit Aaron or the bird.
Oh!
You know what?
It's
No,
fast.
that's,
Oh, it's on top of us.
Regret.
That's a problem.
Regret.
It moves right into your space, and it kind of like envelops both Aaron and Yanros, and it makes this sort of action that's kind of like when liquid gets sucked up through a straw from its feet, it does this sort of like reverberation of elemental energy, and you feel like the blood essence of within you get drained out of you. Make strength saves, please.
Oh no.
Oh joy, I'm also a weak bitch.
Oh. Okay.
Strength save. Oh fuck.
Not strong.
I am not a strong boy. I'm a wise boy, not a
How'd that
strong
go?
boy. Oh dear.
You each take. Oh god, that was terrible rolls.
Wait, I failed too? Oh
Good.
god.
Good.
No, Yanros, you take 7 points of necrotic damage, and Aaron, you take half that.
Ooh, and I'm
7?
resistant.
Okay.
3. Oh, and you're
So I
resistant?
take,
As a
yeah,
mar,
so I
one.
take 1.
Oh, wow!
as a mar, baby.
So you take 1, and Yanros, how much are you taking?
7 because I take full.
As
Because
I'm not
4.
resistant. I'm not resistant to necrotic damage.
you see your own blood wrapped up within the essence of this creature, and it looks a little bit stronger with your own blood mixed in.
God.
It will then proceed to take 2 attacks, 1 at each of you.
The one on me will be at disadvantage as I word declare.
Okay. So the first one is a 26 to hit Aaron.
Okay.
Just missed.
You take 11 necrotic damage.
Ooh, 5.
And then the one on Yanros. Ooh, you're a natural 20 and a natural 11, so 18 to hit.
18 is an armor class, so it hits.
Okay.
Fuck.
You take 9 points of necrotic damage.
This thing's weak, guys. It barely does anything.
Okay, it just
Just
did.
hit it.
It did 16.
Sure.
general.
Yeah. No. Just hit it. Yeah. Sure. That's it.
I entirely agree with the just hit.
At the end of its turn, it expels you from its space.
Oh,
Oh God.
I imagine it does that. I don't know.
Okay.
Hey, look, we're flanking it now. Easy.
No flanking in my games.
If only that were
Oh,
a rule in this
I
game.
know.
God.
I know, dude. When he revealed that, I was like, God dang it.
I like
Okay.
Flanking.
Wimple.
Wimple, I
Alright.
believe in you.
I was fighting Liquid earlier. I'm gonna reach behind me and realize that I'm still missing my spicy water flask and go into a rage.
That's probably the best reason for a rage so far.
Okay.
I would
And,
rage for that.
Come up around this way, and I'm gonna take a nice swing at him.
Okay.
Maybe a nice
Wait, how'd you get over
reckless
there?
attack. My little legs.
Is Storm's Herald magical damage?
My little leg.
Is it
Do
magical
what?
damage? No, it's bludgeoning.
Okay.
Well, your weapon is mad.
Wait, which weapon?
Right?
Magical attack.
Mine does bludgeoning
Yeah,
damage.
Yeah, it's
Storm
magical.
Herald, yeah, Storm Herald's a magical weapon, so
So it does
technically it's magical for the
damage?
purpose of overcoming resistances, yeah.
Alright. I'm going to reckless attack.
Okay, do it up.
Nice.
Yeah, you hit it. It takes 11 points. No, sorry. 9 points of magical bludgeoning, and the 2 rage damage, is that added with your weapon, or is it just separate damage? It's rage
It
damage.
just adds on
added
the
with-
weapon.
Oh, I suppose it's not right. Yeah, so it takes 11 points. So cool. The additional blood of Aaron and Yanros just gets scattered out. Like that seems to be like the first blood that gets expelled out of it, and then the additional extra of its own blood gets like stains your hammer. Cool. Anything else?
Can we talk about how my owl goes way before me? I just noticed how far before.
It'd be
Okay.
like that sometimes.
Anything else, Wimple?
Nah, that's it. I'm gonna stay here.
Okay, Nazi.
How high are these rock formations? Like, if I were to go here, would I be able to?
Would you be able to do what?
If I theoretically went like here,
Hmm.
could I see over this water gap?
Yeah. They're like rocks on the
Okay.
side of water. It's not like
Sure.
a mountain range.
Okay, I will use my main action. I pull out my wand and I scratch it against my again, like a flint on a piece of steel, and a flaming sphere will arrive as I drop it right on top of. Let me just do this real quick. I drop
Burn
it.
the blood?
It can hover 10 feet, so it's not in the water.
It drops.
It must
though.
make it. It hovers 10 feet.
Oh, is it hot? Really?
It can go over gaps of 10 feet tall, and it can things that are high.
I don't think that means it can hover.
No.
Okay.
It can just jump.
Yeah,
Okay,
you can
I'm
make
doing-
it jump.
I'm
It,
doing
it
so-
doesn't fly. We encountered this last time when you were encountering the corrupt.
Yeah, but that was like a
corpse.
30-foot ceiling though, or a 40-foot
Yeah, it was a
ceiling.
corpse flower.
Fine,
Yeah,
then fine.
you can
This
cast it
is-
60 feet away, but it doesn't
I know.
float.
I know that I knew. I'm fine. And this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna ram it into it, so it has to make the dex save. So let me go ahead. It has to make the dex save on. Okay.
Oh, whoops! Did that at disadvantage. So I take the 20.
Yep. And then I'm going to. I'm gonna use one of my dream die on Yanros as a bonus action. Here you go. Heal
Thank you,
4,
mate.
take the temporary, and that's my turn.
Faisal.
Quickjaw, and I say verbally, Quickjaw, do not stand next to that when you're done.
Faisal is gonna.
Hopefully run.
Nah, why would he do that? That's no fun. He's gonna come over here, and he's gonna take the help action. Which I think. Okay, double check something. Sorry. I have to specify the ally, right?
I believe.
Yeah, you have to
If I
explain
understand it
what
correctly?
he's doing. Yep, you do.
All right. So he is going to kind of like harry one element of this to distract him from Quickjaw. Yeah, Quickjaw. He's going to use the help action with Quickjaw.
Okay, so when Quickjaw is going to attack, he's going to do some sort of fluttering around to distract him.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yanros.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to extend up my right hand with my holy symbol and say a short prayer to Palor as I cast Sacred Flame on the target for my action. So
Cool.
that's Dex save on 14, 1 radiant damage. Great, fun.
Dex save it is, coming at you. Natural 20.
Yeah, then no damage. It's fine. I rolled a 1.
It's 1 damage.
Yikes.
Well, the fun part is, for my bonus action, I can do something a lot more effective. As I then flick my wrist again, as it glows an even brighter radiant light, as a bright rapier forms next to this thing, whatever it is, and slashes into it as I cast Spiritual Weapon.
God damn
10 to
it.
hit.
Yep.
Wow. Well, it's fine. The Spiritual Weapon's at least out there, so that's good. At least I can continue to use that. I'm positive a 10 doesn't hit. Unless it does.
Hold on.
Maybe.
Unless.
For some reason my
Plus.
thing is...
Why is that a +2 to hit? Hold up. That's not right.
It's halted.
Should be plus 20.
Proficiency
Yes.
plus wisdom.
That should be. I mean, I think I may have it misentered on my thing because that should have wisdom. Give me a moment as I fix that.
So it'll be what, 14?
Should be like another 3 or 2, maybe. Probably 3.
It'll be plus 4, so that'll end up being a 14
nice.
to hit, not a 10. Okay, so that's fixed. All right, it was one thing marked wrong on my sheet, so that's actually a plus 14 to hit. That's not plus 14, a 14 to hit, not a 10. That's my bad.
Yeah, it does a slash at it, and it just nicks the side of it. So, is that 10 damage?
It's actually 11 damage.
11 force damage.
Just real quick,
Dang.
as a side note, if your attack on Spiritual Weapon was wrong, is your Dex save correct?
No, it was just that I had it on there, but I forgot to tick that it was my spellcasting ability modifier. So it was just adding my proficiency, not my
I
wisdom
just want to
as well.
make sure that your Dex save was correct on the thing before that. If
No, that's the correct. Yeah, it was literally just that one spell. I went and checked the rest of my
Okay.
offensive spells. They're all right. It was just me fucking
Next.
up Spiritual Weapon.
Okay,
Yep, all right.
Aaron.
Okay, on the other side, right here, I will summon a little tentacle. Yeah, it's a tentacle.
Oh, there's going to be a tentacle and a rapier and the same thing. Is the tentacle going to wield said rapier? That would be funny.
a rapier and a flaming sphere walk into a bar.
The tentacle behind the bar says, "What can I get you?"
And the tentacle will lash at it, and you'll hear like a little crackling noise as it does lightning damage. If it hits.
If it hits.
Maybe.
18
18 to hit hits, yep.
Nice.
for 6 lightning.
Sure.
Because it's liquidy, so maybe lightning does something, I don't know. And then I will take my dagger, and it will also glow a little lightningy, and I will try to stab into it, and hopefully it does something. As I cast Booming Blade. Ooh, that misses. Feels bad.
11 to hit, misses.
Alright, and that is my turn.
Cool. Tidrick.
Yeah, looking at the battlefield, I will, after Faisal helps Quickjaw, cast Enlarge on Quickjaw.
But I can't damage it.
Because
Yeah,
Big
you
Cat
can.
is best cat. Oh, you might. I don't know.
If anything, you're gonna be a. Oh my!
And you're gonna. Oh god.
You're in the sphere.
I want to save over here.
It's fine.
You're standing in
Just
Yanos'
booping
spot. I mean, it's
Yanaros.
just Yanos isn't there. You can't have that. You have to go here.
Yeah, but I think I'd rather
Calculate.
move Vanaros to the side than get hit by a flaming ball of fire.
If you're gonna get hit with it no matter where you stand in those 2 squares, to be honest with you.
I mean, this happens without you
right.
knowing. So I mean, you're like, what? Ow!
Yep.
Ow! Ow!
All of a sudden, you're fucking huge.
Okay.
I feel like. Okay.
Teamwork.
Yeah, you're concentrating on that.
Ow, fire.
Concentrating. What do we put for concentrating?
I
wrench,
always,
the wrench.
I use
Use
the
the
wrench. Yeah.
Oh, the wrench.
I put it on myself for the sphere.
Cool.
Oh,
And
I
spiritual
use
weapon
this
is not
stuff.
concentration.
Yeah, it's broken. Anyways.
Yep, same with my tentacle.
Cool. You enlarge quick draw. Anything else?
That's me.
Cool. Top of the round, quick draw.
I do back up 5 feet just in case. Because I don't want to be up there. Okay. Yep.
Wait. What are you doing, quick draw?
I don't think I am physically able to damage this thing, but it's the thought that counts, I believe.
Yeah, do all the things.
You can
No,
probably
can I-
damage it, just not very well.
I don't know. Let's see here. Let's try it.
I mean, is the extra D4 magical? I mean, that's a question.
No.
I think it's just damage.
Straight to
I'm gonna end up moving over. I suppose something like this.
Okay. It will take opportunity attack.
Yeah, probably.
Wait, it's had its reaction.
Yeah,
It's
'cause
had its
it turned
reaction.
it
It
on.
hasn't had its turn yet. Okay.
Wonderful. All right, I believe someone said they're helping me,
Faisal.
is helping you.
As always.
and my attack range is ever so slightly increased, so I can hit this thing from here.
Okay.
Bet.
So let's go with
Advantage.
Uh,
Do your attacks do anything though?
19.
Big
Find
cat.
out.
The
Big cat
return of
damage.
Big
Yes!
Cat,
It's a good roll.
Okay.
it is.
It's a
You
perfect
hit
roll,
it.
too.
You slash through it with your big paw. Similar sort of effect. Doesn't look like you're damaging it quite as effectively as you think you would.
Well, I got. Does the advantage
As
only work with one
effectively.
attack or all of them?
Just
question
the first one.
Just the next
Right,
attack. Yeah.
just want to make sure. Another one. 15. Hit.
Yeah.
2 big cat damage. You know.
Yep. Your paws
The
are wet
return. You know.
and sticky. Okay. Anything else?
I believe that is all I can do.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
I actually can do one more thing. I forgot. Fury of Blows.
Flurry of blows.
Yeah, dude, do it.
All right. Use a key
One
point.
more. It was
It's-
a waste.
There's 2 more.
Well, I
That-
mean,
that
do I
one
get-
misses.
No, it's just one more.
No,
Oh,
it's
it's
just
only-
that one, yeah.
There's one more. Okay.
Yeah, feels bad. You tried.
At level 5, it's 4 total.
Okay.
Yeah.
You miss with your, you channel your chi, your key, and yeah, maybe it's your enlarged size that just throws you off a little bit, and you like swing wide. Its turn. It will move. Oh god. Just gonna bring this up to the space.
Oh, loud.
And it will attempt to get its blood drain back. it fails to do so. So it will simply attack at Wimple at advantage since you hit it. 19 to hit for the first one.
Yep.
Oh my god.
And second one is also 19.
Yep.
So you take a total of 21 necrotic damage.
Not bad. Not bad.
Reduce the half because you're raging.
Yep. Only 10.
That'd be all my HP.
And then you guys are expelled from its space in the water, on the side there, and then in the water.
Oh.
Wimple, you're in the water. Make a dex save.
Does danger sense apply?
No, it's a balance check.
Fuck. Oh, that's an 8.
8, okay. You slip and
feels
fall
bad.
prone, and you drift away 5 feet.
Oh shit. Do I have to stand up first? What's going on here?
You're
So
gonna have,
half your movement to get up.
or to well, you're in the water.
Yeah.
I don't know why prone. I mean, yeah,
I was
you're
gonna say,
swimming.
Am I prone in
You're
the water?
technically prone in the water because you're swimming.
Can I get out? I don't know how to go about this.
Yeah, you can get out. Yeah, just move in there.
Yeah.
You stand
And
up,
then,
and that's all your movement.
That's all of it.
You'll be attacking from disadvantage, like from across the rocks, or you can do a straight roll with reckless.
I like the way you talk. We're gonna do a straight roll with the reckless.
Okay.
You might as well at this point.
Oh shit. That was advantage, but the first one's 23 anyway.
So 8 to hit. Oh no, it's your dexterity.
23
23 to
is
hit.
the
Yeah,
dex.
23 to hit.
Yeah,
So total of 8 damage. Cool. Anything else?
Nah, that's it. I don't think I can do anything else.
Okay. Nazi.
Okay. Get over here. Fuck. This ain't good. Bonus action. Gonna bring the sphere into it. It must make the deck save again. Okay. Do the things.
It fails.
10 fire damage.
Takes 10 fire damage. With my actual action, I would like to. Am I within 30 feet of it to do produce flame? I am. I would like to shoot it with produce flame.
All right. Roll an attack.
Please hit. Fuck.
It sails right and just gets absorbed into your flaming sphere.
Fuck. I tried. I'm in 1 damage anyway. Alright, that's my turn.
Faisal?
Faisal is oh god. All the people and the things. He's gonna first he's gonna fly kind of around here. You're big, you're fine. That's all good. Let's go. He's gonna help with Yanros. Yanros is next. So yeah, help. Why not?
Okay, he flutters and waits for Yanros to do his attack. Yanros, what are you doing?
Okay, so for my action, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold up my holy symbol again, and it's instead of growing the usual yellow, it's going to glow like a very bright white as I cast Guiding Bolt at 2nd level.
I like Guiding Bolt.
Advantage.
As long as don't corpse flower it.
Yeah, don't corpse flower this.
22. Did that actually? That should have been done at 2nd level. That's fine. 22
It
to
probably
hit.
hit.
22 hits.
Probably hit.
Roll thy damage.
Second level. Alright, so 17 points of radiant damage.
Mm-hmm.
And now with it glowing a bright light from the guiding bolt, with my bonus action, I am going to, at advantage, hit it again with my spiritual weapon.
Oh shit!
Son of a bitch! Ah! Almost had that. Yeah, that's just bad luck.
You were almost cool as heck.
Yeah. I'm like, so close.
The light went out right away as soon as he attacked it.
Almost badass.
Oh, right, yeah. You were trying to attack with it by yourself.
Yeah, and it fucked up.
That's
cool.
so funny.
Right after the DM did the thing to get the advantage on it.
So I just got it done.
All right.
It still takes 17 points of radiant damage.
Still,
anyway.
not a bad
dude,
hit
that's
initially.
Aaron,
Yeah, that's
you're in
good
the water.
damage.
Make a dex save.
Oh fuck! Not you two,
Oh no.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Look,
You
look.
Hey!
You're slightly taller than Wimple, so you catch your feet on the rocks. At your current position, if you make a melee attack, you will be at disadvantage since you're like difficult terrain to attack it from. But you can still move.
Okay. I am going to go here. And that. Oh, there's fire there. That's awkward.
As long as you don't end your turn there.
Okay.
What's the worst that could happen?
The sword just kind of floats next to his hand, like, wield me, oh great sorcerer.
This is a moment.
I
I'm
am
okay with you
going.
absorbing.
God. Okay, I'm gonna go to here. I should still be within range of him, right?
So you move past him. Okay, he's gonna take a swipe at you as you move past him.
So he has short range then? Okay.
That's good to know.
That's very good to know.
He doesn't have reach, yeah.
That's good to know. That sure is.
12 to hit.
That does not hit.
Yeah, boy.
Okay.
I'm going to scuttle up the rock here.
Mm-hmm.
And then that should be all my movement, right?
Good shit.
Yep.
Yeah, it's close enough. And then I am going to hit him with some, Nah. I'm just going to shoot Nudge Blast at him and slam him with my tentacle again.
Your tentacle is not next to it.
It has 10 feet range.
Oh, okay.
Feels bad.
16 to hit for 1 damage,
Feels bad.
and then 7 to hit with your tentacle misses.
Yeah. Okay, that's it.
Look at that. T-trick.
God. All the things. What does blood not like? Blood doesn't like
Alcohol.
Blood.
Where's the spicy water?
Dude, that's the secret attack.
Oh, God.
Please, no.
think that would be fine.
No worries. That would be the best thing. I am gonna. Oi. Alright, I pull up my diamond and in my fingertips is a setting, spin it. And it cycles through all the colors, the green, the blues, the whites, the reds, the neon green. I guess there's 2 greens. But I stop it on a very nice cool blue as I do cold damage at level 1. Nope, no I don't.
F.
F in chat.
Oh, that is a pretty big.
Shoot.
It's not even that big damage either. It's just a pretty.
No, I failed across the board is what I did.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, because I can do so much more. What a great turn that was.
Okay.
Carry on.
Top of the round. Quick draw.
Ignore me.
Make a dex save.
I mean, I could just walk up. You know?
I know, but it's like the rocks are purposefully slippery with all the, like I did make a point to mention that,
I
you
mean,
know,
I
things are
get
covered in
they're
mucus
wet.
earlier.
13?
You slip. You do like one of those like Looney Tunes sort of like whoop 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 whoop. Falling backwards into the water.
Welcome to the pit.
Oh god, are we playing Getting Over It?
Oh my god. That game brings back nightmares, bro.
I mean, I would like to get up.
Okay. Well, you can stand up in this water, I suppose. So, I mean, that's
Yeah.
fine. You just like fell into the water. I'm drowning. I'm
just
drowning.
gonna-
Wait a second.
I'm just gonna stand up.
Okay, half your movement.
Takes. Yeah, it's about. I got 20 left, and I'm just gonna kind of walk up, assuming my
Yeah.
big legs can
Difficult
manage it.
terrain, so be half, maybe double movement. So you can get one step close. You can get up to melee range with it, but that'll be all your movement.
Like here-ish, maybe,
Yep, that's fine.
depending. And he's still technically in my range, so it works.
Mm-hmm. Do a hit.
Smack it.
All right. Let's see here. So I saw my big cat damage gun. I do. So smack.
22 hits. Yep. You're doing some kind of damage, not great damage. It's sort of like
It's better than nothing.
amorphously like. Yeah. Okay. Second attack.
16 to hit.
Yep. Cool. I mean, you're like whittling it away. You're like little patches of blood splatter out across.
I mean, my paws
the
are pretty
ground.
big, so I'm
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
slashing it
it's
into water.
It's
or
getting,
some shit.
you know, it's getting weaker, I suppose. Like the energy
I
that
suppose.
sort of core, like the blood that's flowing through it, and it's getting like thinner, but it's still being held in its shape.
And I will use my. Yeah. No, I'm gonna move. I guess. Well, I kind of can't I? Did use all my movement? I don't think my
you
feeling agility's
can
up.
move.
I mean,
You
I
have
don't
to spend a
think I
key
can.
point if you want to move.
I don't think I could. I don't think that would work.
Okay, you're end your turn.
Yes.
Okay, it is its turn. It will attempt to get its blood drain back. And fails to do so once again. That's terrible.
That's fantastic.
Awesome.
It will move down. It's gonna go here.
If it walks into me one more. Okay.
Bruh, get away from me!
Does anything happen if it tries to go through the ball of fire that's just sitting there on the bridge?
If he ends his turn, if he ends,
If he ends his turn there.
he stays.
So it will take 2 hits against the one that fired a guiding bolt at it. It was radiant damage.
First one at disadvantage as I warding flare.
Also, do I get an attack of opportunity when he leaves my range?
You do.
Yep.
And so does Wimple.
Baby,
Nice,
kill it,
baby.
kill it.
Hiya!
It's not.
Miss.
Is Faisal?
Mine's
No,
a disadvantage, right? Because I'm below.
Yeah.
Faisal doesn't get to attack stuff, technically.
Oh man.
It's a thought that counts.
Yeah, you just graze it.
Graze it for 14.
Good to know.
Oh, it's just a scratch.
Doesn't look that great,
like a-
but it's gonna like wail on Yanros. First one at disadvantage, you say?
Yep.
Okay, first one is 10 to hit on the first one.
Misses.
And then the second attack. 20 to hit.
20 hits.
You take 19 necrotic damage that slams into you. with its
And
bloody
I'm
fist.
unconscious. Wait, no, wait, I'm at 1 hit point. I'm at 1 hit point. Oh my god. I was looking at the wrong health bar. I'm at 1 hit point.
Oh, because you
I
have
forgot I had
Nazi's
yeah, I had a 10 hit
temporary
point. Oh my god.
You're welcome.
Jesus.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
It will continue.
That one hit point every time.
Continue to move towards over here. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, take a opportunity attack if you want, Yaros.
He's still within range of
second.
it.
It's trying to take an.
Yeah, it's gonna move.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't have a reaction. I already used it for warding player.
Oh,
so.
okay,
Oh
fair
my
enough then.
god. This
Cool.
sucks.
Cool. That ends its turn. Wimple.
Oh boy. I don't even think
I
I can
yelled
get
at
over there.
Nazi. Fuck.
So it takes 10 for me to get up.
It's difficult
Nah.
terrain. Yep.
Wow. I can't be next to that ball, right?
Nope, you
Hey,
don't want to
as
do
lo-
that.
If you end your turn within 5 feet of it, dex it.
Well, feel
Yes,
free
that's
to
it
hold your
for me.
action if you want to have fun.
Actually, you know what? I can dash.
Be a plan.
So I can go.
You can get up next
Can
to
you
it.
throw something?
I'm gonna be a little bit away from it. Actually,
Alright.
no, I want to be next to it. Fuck.
Okay. That ends your turn,
That's
Nasi.
it.
Okay. Wow, I really wish Wimple hadn't done that. Well, actually, no. Hold on. Maybe
Yeah,
I
you
can-
do you, man.
First, I'm gonna bonus action Yanros. I'm going to use 2 dreams to get him. Okay, that sucks.
The ones!
Wow.
Yet, what happened?
Wow.
I'm saying-
Silvercrow really does not like Yanros.
I'm staying
Hey,
within
any
range.
healing is
Someone
healing.
clip that. Jesus.
Okay. You know what? No, I'm gonna stay here. I'm sorry, guys, but I really need this thing off me.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. You do it.
I'm gonna use a level 1 spell to cast Thunderwave to get this thing off me.
Bird.
Hey, I could do that.
It's a strength save?
Thunderwave's a con save.
Concept. Okay.
Against this ooze. That sounds wonderful.
What's the radius of that?
Yeet.
It's just a cube around me.
Yeah, you guys aren't in range of it. Only it is. It's like 10 feet.
Oh,
It's safe.
okay.
Ah.
So it takes half.
15 feet.
Yeah, and it's not
I
pushed, so
was
it takes the
fully prepared to take damage.
No.
I
Um,
like taking damage.
What?
Strange.
That's my turn.
Okay. Faisal.
Ah, Jesus.
Prepare your turns
Seeing
in
how
advance.
useful he. I know, right? Seeing how useful he's been. What's his movement? He gets a lot of movement though, right? What is it?
Yeah, 40 feet of flight. Or was it 60 foot? Forget.
60. Shit.
I forget.
He almost runs faster than me.
He'll just go over here, and he's gonna help me this time.
Yeah, fly 60.
He's gonna use 25 of it and help action me.
Okay. Yanros.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm putting my hands together. My holy symbol will grow with more orange light, and I'll say a quick prayer to Palor. And I'll say, Palor, may your light shine in this place as I cast Fairy Fire. And it's going to be in a nice little square. Oh, that's free draw. That's not what I wanted at all.
It's a weird square.
Yeah, sorry. Draw shape. It's going to be
What's
in.
the DC?
It is for me, it's going to be a 14 dex.
Save.
It saves?
Yep.
Fuck. Okay. Then for my bonus action, then I'm going to move my spiritual weapon here to right here next in between Faisal
You can move
and
it.
Aaron. Oh, I can?
Yes.
I'm in control of it! Yay, it goes here, and I swing!
Okay.
23 to hit.
That hits.
It actually hit.
Nice.
And 10 points of force damage.
Jesus.
Spirit weapon's better than my
Nice.
tentacle.
It doesn't look great.
Spiritual weapon is amazing.
Like slices
great.
off an arm. It like,
Let's
like
go.
flops around on the floor before dissipating into an ooze.
Oh, is there another one now?
Aaron.
Bring my tentacle over to here. and I will slap it
Slap.
with some lightning damage. Oh.
Miss.
And then I will stab it with a booming blade.
Ooh.
Aaron,
That's
please
one
kill
hit.
it.
kill it.
Con save.
God damn it!
What?
Did it fail?
Yes, it failed.
Can we talk about the imagery of Aaron soaking up a
That's-
blood ooze thing?
Aaron, I've never been happier to see you do some dark magic.
Oh god.
I've never been
Um,
happier to see some corrupt shit.
You stab it with your trusty dagger, and it literally is like a straw in a milkshake, and it just like sucks it all up, and you like hear this in your back of your head. That's good.
I am
Strawberry.
Smoothie.
Strawberry.
If it wasn't for the
Oh my
fact that I'm
God.
like desperately worried about Aaron and like his well-being, that was still fun.
Aaron, you're clutch. Aaron, you're clutch.
I, the player, just Kermit armed that so hardcore. This is the happiest I've been in a combat.
never been
That's an
happier.
amazing visual that will haunt
Oh
my
my
dreams.
gosh.
Holy shit, that's
Oh,
awesome.
I love it.
Good shit. Aaron, you're amazing.
Nice.
Aaron, you're scary, and that is amazing.
Okay, good job.
Why do I
guys.
always have to fail your damn con saves? It's +4 to con.
Because you
What
know
the
what?
fuck?
You succeeded on so many other, like the freaking thunder wave and the fairy fire. You had was coming. Bloody ooze.
Also,
you used up all of your luck.
also, Yo Dog gets your item.
Yeah, that is my item.
Can't complain too much. This is all your fault.
Oh god, careful! Jeff Kaplan's gonna come with the Nerf hammer.
Okay.
All right.
That ends the encounter
Okay.
between you and the blood elemental. We can end here if you feel like you want to end, or we can continue on if you have time to proceed to the alchemical part of it.
I personally feel ending here would be a good idea, at least personally for me, because I have an 8 a.m. class.
I'm tired. As
Yo,
well.
same,
I have,
brother.
yeah.
Yeah, high five, let's go.
Yeah,
I
I have
willfully made that choice,
crazy
and I was
new
like,
work stuff,
wait.
so.
Okay. Well then, as Aaron drains the blood elemental into his dagger, we will pick this up.
And
Next.
for my own visual, there's like not much left of this blood elemental in the ground, right? Like he legitimately kind of just
Yeah.
the last of it,
That's
Absolutely.
so gross.
isn't it?
That's so nah.
Yeah,
All
there's nothing left of it now.
I love it.
Holy shit.
Oh, I love it. I need
I
more.
just, I
Good
just
job,
like
Aaron.
stand there looking at the dagger, like, and shaking it around like it's gonna
Whoa.
drip. What the heck happened?
This is scary.
I don't want
I-
the stuff leaking in my bag.
I nonchalantly turn around and take a few notes. Just
Go.
I need to make one of these. Hold up.
I'll pass.
Yeah, that's,
All right.
that's why.
All right. Well, guys, I hope you had fun, and tomorrow, next week, we'll pick it up
This is good.
as you're outside the Frost Cave, and we'll be having, some fun with alchemy.
Can I make one request, Mr. DM?
What's that?
To change the dagger's name to Dagger of Ooze Slurping.
On that,
Dagger of
on
Sacrifice.
that
The
note,
life-
good night,
the
guys.
life straw.
Have a great night,
The
and
life throw.
we'll see you next week for episode 19 of The Corruption of
Yes.
Silone.
Alright.
Great session, guys.
See you,
Have a good
boys.
night.
See you guys.
See you, everyone.